Hello? Hello? Come on in. Seven to 3, Kansas up on UNLV. Second quarter just underway, 13 minutes to go. Kansas has the ball, wearing all black today, wide open. Into UNLV territory down to about the 35. Kansas in business again. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday night football. Big 12 game, but not really. It's one of these weird things where both of these teams are in the Big 12, but this isn't a conference game. So, I'm not talking about Kansas. I'm talking about the one coming on at 8. Arizona at Kansas State. Non-conference game, even though they're both in the Big 12. Also in 2. I did not bet on the Kansas game because I'm a 5-star dummy. I wanted to take Kansas -7, but I didn't do it. So I don't have a bet on the Kansas game. I did take Kansas. Jalen Daniels gone. Touchdown Kansas, 14-3. Yeah, I'm a 5-star dummy. Should have bet on Kansas in that one. I did bet Kansas State in the 8 o'clock game. So if they start losing and y'all want to troll me on that, you can. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Right now, I'm just go ahead and watch the end of this Family Feud here on Fox before the game comes on. Happy college football weekend to U2P71. Got some great games this weekend. Pay no attention to that shit on the bottom. I gotta change that. Why didn't y'all tell me? Y'all supposed to remind me. What's the matter with y'all? Noon game stream on Patreon tomorrow. Here, let's just erase it all and do it over. It's time to play the feud. Okay, let's see if this is right. Saturday, 9 a.m. kickoff show on YouTube. Saturday, 12 p.m. Patreon game stream. Link in description. Okay, we're good. We're good. The Patreon folks have voted, and the stream this weekend will be the noon games over on the Patreon page. Let me make sure the link's in the description. Yes. The link is in the description. And there it is in the chat. So the noon games tomorrow will be on Patreon. Just go to that link right there. Tomorrow around 11:45, the link will be posted. Just click the link and we'll hang out and watch all the noon games. But tonight, Kansas State hosts Arizona. I used code Uncle Lou on priors. Hey, I appreciate that, Eric. I appreciate that. I'll be honest. I've never done the player props or the sort of fantasy football part of sports betting. A lot of you have asked me about it over the years. So when the good people over at Prize Picks asked me if I wanted to do something, I figured, well, I guess now's a good time to learn it. So I'm learning it along with y'all with the Prize Picks thing. But it's really simple. It's really simple. Just go to prizepicks.com. Sign up for an account. When it asks for a promo code, make sure you use Uncle Lou, because there's no link or anything for me to give you. So if you don't use promo code Uncle Lou, they don't know that I sent you there. So go to prizepicks.com. You can do it in almost every state. I can even do it in Georgia, and I can't use like DraftKings or FanDuel or any of those in Georgia, but I can use Prize Picks here. But just go to prizepicks.com, register for an account. When it asks for the promo code, it's Uncle Lou, all one word, no spaces, just Uncle Lou. And yeah, It's pretty fun. You make anywhere between 2 and 6 picks on whichever players you want. It can be college football, NFL, baseball, whatever sport you want. I'm obviously doing the college football. But when you, and you can search by a player's name or a team name or whatever you want, the list will come up. But like, for example, tomorrow, the Georgia-Kentucky game, like if you can look at Carson Beck and basically they'll have a number like Carson Beck, 240 yards passing or whatever it is. And all you're picking is whether you think Carson Beck will have more yards passing than that or less yards passing than that. That's it. It's that easy. And you have to make at least 2 picks. You can do up to 6 picks. Obviously, the more picks you do, the higher the payout is if you hit. But if you sign up with that promo code Uncle Lou and you do any $5 play on there, whether you win or lose is irrelevant. They're going to give you $50. But it is fun. So it's a way to bet on individual players, or to play on individual. You can place a play on individual players rather than making a play on the game itself. So knock yourself out. Pay Lou, book you down bad. Mike, the bookie's either going to be down really bad, or I'm going to be down really bad because I have bet more money this week on games than I think I've ever bet in my entire life on games. So one of us is going to be crying on Monday morning, either me or the bookie. I'll know tomorrow night after the games are played. I've got 3 baseball games today, the Phillies, the Guardians, and the Twins. So we'll see how I do on that. I've got Kansas State tonight in this game that's about to come on. And then I've got 6 or 7 games tomorrow. I can't find the game on Spectrum. Is Disney fucking this up again? This game isn't on Disney, so no. No. The game is on Fox. If you're looking for the game on TV, it's on Fox, which has nothing to do with Disney. I took UCF +1. I love that bet. I'm an idiot. I bet that game early in the week, and Central Florida was a 2.5 point favorite. So I've got Central Florida -2.5. I'd obviously much rather have them at +1, but I've got them at -2.5. You've got Boston College +16. I'm not betting it at 16. If I bet it, I'm going to buy it up to 17, but I haven't bet that game yet. Arizona wins 49-46 in a shootout. McMillan is a beast. Yeah, he is. He is a beast. Arizona State versus Texas State was a smash hit last night. It was a great game. Great game. I went 0-1-1 betting on that game. I had Texas State -2.5, and of course they lost. And I had over 59 points, and they scored exactly 59 points. So I lost one bet and pushed on the other. So I was 0-1-1 on that game. War Dam Eagle, what's up, buddy? Thornbush is benched. War Dam, Auburn announced, or Hugh Freeze announced today that Peyton Thorne is benched this week for some other deadbeat that they're going to put in there that's not going to be any good. Yep. No hype and hate? No. For Kentucky? No. We're 24-point favorite. I got my 4-year-old daughter with me teaching her football, watching with you. She thinks you're funny. She says we watching with Lou, Dad. Yeah, come on, man. I'll try to keep that in mind with some of the language, but you know how, if I tell you what, if I start to get riled up, you usually can see it coming, but if I start to get riled up, just put your fingers in her ears or something. Yeah. But shout out to Justin Ashley's daughter, 4-year-old daughter. Good morning, ma'am. So that means UK gonna get upset. Well, I don't know what that means. What's a worse combination? Thorne and Auburn, or UJ players with a driver's license? Thorne and Auburn. Yeah, Thorne and Auburn. YouTube is rated R, respectfully, of course. Are you betting the Georgia-Texas game later in the year? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, here's the thing. I don't ever bet against Georgia. So when the line comes out, if I don't like the line, I don't bet Georgia every week. I just don't ever bet against Georgia. Sometimes I just won't bet the game. So I'll have to wait and see what the line is. I don't sell team asshole hats. I only give them away on Patreon. Slaw is afraid of tonight's game. Slaw is afraid of everything. I love Hover Billy Paul. He's a great guy, but my God, he lets everything that happens get him so worked up. He's like the target audience for every fear campaign that's ever been launched by anybody at all. And it works on him 100% of the time. Missouri line down to minus 14.5. Yeah, I wish I would have got it when it was at 17, but I'm not playing it. I wouldn't take Boston College unless I could get it over 17, at 17 or over. Lou, do you think Starks is better than Richard LeCount? To me, they're kind of... I know they both technically played safety, but they're two different types of players. Malachi Starks, to me, is more of a cover safety, whereas Richard LeCount was more of a run-stopping safety. He was bigger and not as fast and quick, so I don't really know if it's fair to compare the two. I think Malachi Starks probably has a higher ceiling. What's up, Jackpot? Oh, yeah, you're going to be at game day? Well, have fun. Yeah, I've been to those before. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, you got to get there early, though. The year I went in Athens, I was there super early. I was on the front row. Actually, that might not have been game day that year. That might have been SEC Nation. I think it was SEC Nation. I think when I went to game day, it was before I was doing YouTube. And the one I'm thinking of, I've got videos of it on this channel. I think that was SEC Nation I went to that year. But the same thing. They're a lot of fun. No hype and hate for Kentucky. No. College game day is always fun. Yeah, I've been once to college game day and once to SEC Nation. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. If you're a college football fan, it's something you should do at least once if you get the chance. Oregon State plus 16.5. I like a lot of the underdogs this week against some of the big boy teams that have been struggling. So like I like Memphis plus the points. I like Purdue plus the points. I like Oregon State plus the points. I like Florida plus the points. I like Tulane plus the points. Oklahoma's got a huge game next week at home against Tennessee, and I think they've got a couple of starters out, Oklahoma. So I think Oklahoma's just going to be looking to get out of that game as quick as they can with a W. So I like Tulane in the points. And now I like a lot of underdogs against some of the bigger teams tomorrow. Lou, thank you for streaming this. Just wanted to tell you, I'm sure speaking for everyone here, we appreciate you. Yeah, I'll be honest. I understand the interest, especially on my channel, is not nearly as high for an Arizona-Kansas State game as it is, say, an LSU-South Carolina type game tomorrow or whatever in the SEC. But this is good football in the Big 12. One of the things we need to kind of stop doing, I think, it's true that the SEC is the best conference, but they're not the only conference with good football teams and good football players and good football games and exciting football games to watch. The last 2 years, the Pac-12 was probably the best conference to watch on TV from week to week. I know that the games weren't as interesting and the teams involved and all that weren't as interesting as a lot of the maybe SEC or Big Ten games or whatever, but I spent the last 2 years trying to get people to watch Pac-12 games. I'm doing it now with the Big 12. These are two fun teams to watch here. If you haven't seen this quarterback play yet for Arizona, he's a lot of fun to watch, this Noah Fafita. And they've got one of the best wide receivers in the country, McMillan. I also like Kansas State's quarterback too, Avery Johnson. I fell in love with him last year in the bowl game. Kansas State's coaching staff is unbelievable with Lance Leipold. There's good football in the Big 12. Are the best 4 teams in the Big 12 able to line up and compete with the best 4 teams in the SEC or the Big 10? Probably not. But there's still a lot of good football in the Big 12. This is going to be a good game. It's going to be a good one. You like? Well, yeah, I love the Kansas quarterback. Is great. The issue is, how long can he stay healthy? Because he's been good every year he's been there, but he's about like Tua. He can't make it through a season. He just had an unbelievable touchdown run right when I turned the stream on a minute ago to take the 14-3 lead, which they just UNLV just kicked another field goal. It's 14-6 now, but yeah, he's Jalen Daniels for Kansas is a hell of a quarterback. Can Colorado State beat Colorado tomorrow? Yep, they sure can. I like them in the points too. I'm not betting Colorado or Florida State until they cover a spread. Colorado's 0-2 against the spread. Oregon's 0-2 against the spread. Florida State is 0-2 against the spread. I'm going to ride the waves on all of those teams until they cover the spread. I mean, eventually they will cover a spread. Nobody goes 0-12 against a spread. So eventually all of those teams will cover the spread, but I'm going to ride the wave on all 3 of them as long as they're not covering. I'm doing good, Rocky Top. How are you, buddy? What's a good betting app? Our state is finally legal. Well, I think DraftKings and FanDuel are the 2 most popular if betting is legal in the state you live in. I don't know that much about all that because it's not legal in Georgia. What do you know about the Georgia player arrested for driving 106 miles an hour? I know that's it. Same thing 106 miles an hour. What was it? No proof of insurance or no registration or whatever it was. I don't know any more than you know. Hey Lou, you think Billy will still be head coach at Florida by November? If I was Florida, I would fire him during the bye week before Georgia. And so that way the team has 2 weeks to kind of regroup going forward for their last 4 or 5 games of the year, but I really don't know what they're going to do. Purdue will cover. Yeah, I like Purdue in the points against Notre Dame. I voted for a guy that wanted to legalize sports betting, and my friends gave me hell because he was a Democrat. Well, in Georgia, both parties, Republicans and Democrats, when they're running for office, they say they want to legalize sports betting and casino gaming. And then when they get to Atlanta, they don't do shit about it. So they you know how it is. It's like that with all politicians, regardless of party. But they do it. The Democrats and the Republicans in Georgia do it when they're running, whether it's the governor or the state legislature. They're all in favor of gambling when they're running for office. Then when they get elected, they don't do anything. If Penn State misses the playoffs, do you fire Franklin? You'd have to have more information than that. I mean, if they go 10-2 and miss the playoffs, no. If they go 7, well, no, I don't think James Franklin's getting fired this year. Is the answer to that question, no matter what. Period. So I'll just say no. If you can buy lottery tickets in a state, you should be able to gamble on sports. Yeah, the lottery is gambling. The difference is the state makes all the money off the lottery tickets, whereas with gambling, they only can tax the revenue. But yeah, I agree. It's hypocritical and ridiculous. The players have to be more accountable. It's only so much Kirby can do. Well, Kirby's got to do more than he's doing. I mean, that's just, if you're trying to fix a problem, which Kirby is, and you've been working on that problem for 1.5 years, which Kirby has, and the problem is not getting any better, then you have to change what you're doing to try to fix it. So, I mean, in the end, it's all Kirby's responsibility. Georgia wins a natty and nobody gets arrested, people pat Kirby on the back. Georgia loses a game where players do get arrested, Kirby's got to take the blame for that. That's how it works when you cash the highest paycheck. Good or bad, it's all Kirby's fault and all Kirby's responsibility. And whatever he's doing is not working. I don't have any additional thoughts on all of that than I had when I made the video 2 months ago. I'm not interested in what he's been doing over the last year and a half, because whatever he's been doing over the last year and a half is not working. He needs to do different and more. That's all there is to it. So, only 1 in 5 current viewers have hit the like button. Don't be an ass. Yeah, y'all hit the thumbs up. We're getting ready to start here. Kansas and UNLV came on at 7, so we're 5 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one. Kansas State, Arizona State just getting ready to kick off here, and everybody has taken their shoes off in the crowd and is doing this for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about. Is that a Kansas State thing where you take your shoe off and do this for the kickoff? Arizona with a pretty good kick return out across the 25 to around the 27 or 28 yard line. And here comes Noah Fafita, one of the best quarterbacks in the Pac-12 last year that nobody watched play. A little surprised that he stayed at Cal, considering the entire coaching staff left and went up to Washington. But he did stay. McMillan, the wide receiver, is one of the best wide receivers in the country. They might be the best quarterback wide receiver duo in the country. But here we go. We're underway in Manhattan. Number 20, Arizona on the road at K-State. Just a reminder, even though both of these teams are in the Big 12, this is not a conference game. This is actually a non-con game, I believe, that was scheduled before the merger, and they decided to keep it on the schedule as a non-conference game. Back to throw on 1st and 10 in the pocket, over the middle, caught across the 35 to the 36, 37 yard line. A gain of about 15 on 1st down. First possession of the game here. Arizona got the ball to start. McCord is winning the Heisman. Oh, God. Please don't. Are we starting with that kind of shit 10 minutes into the stream? Oh, boy. 1st and 10, Arizona on their own 37. Back to throw again. In the pocket, scrambles out to the right. Under pressure, has to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete to avoid the sack. 2nd and 10 coming up now for Arizona. Do you think Urban gets another job soon? If he wants it, he will. I mean, it'll be up to Urban. I mean, he could get a job. PayPal? All right, sorry, buddy. Yeah, he could have another job yesterday if he wanted it. Notre Dame had any sense, they'd fire Marcus Freeman and offer him $15 million a year. But Notre Dame doesn't have any sense, or else they'd be in a conference. 2nd and 10 for Arizona. Back to throw again towards the sideline. Caught right at the 1st down marker. He's going to be about a half a yard short. 3rd and a yard coming up. I'm pulling up that PayPal now. Give me just a second. What's today? 9/13. Did you see the Tua concussion? Should retire. I did see that. Well, Arizona's looking good on offense. They just picked up that 1st down, no problem. Yeah, I didn't see it when it happened, but of course, when it happened, everybody started talking about it, and so I saw the clips all over the place. I mean, it's not good. It's not good. He's been injury prone his whole career going back to Alabama. But the concussions are a whole other thing. I mean, it's so dangerous. And he's had a lot of concussions in a short period of time. Nowhere to go on the ground for Arizona, hitting the backfield and drop for about a 2 or 3 yard loss. 2nd and long coming up now. A field goal attempt this time by Kansas is good. Kansas 17, UNLV 6 with 3 minutes to go until halftime. Kansas State's defensive front blew that up from the get-go here. Just no blocking on the left side of the offensive line. Nowhere to go for Conley. 2nd and 12 coming up now for K-State. I don't think anybody, there's two people that can decide on what Tua should do. Tua and the Miami Dolphins. You know, it's real easy for us on the outside to say, well, he should just walk away, he should retire. But, man, it's got to be hard to walk away. It's got to be hard to walk away. Now, the Dolphins could say, well, we're just not going to play you anymore. It's too dangerous. We're just not going to play you. The Dolphins could do that, and they probably should. But it's not good to have that number. And I know everybody's making fun of those Guardian caps, and you're free to continue to make fun of them if you want to. 40 years ago, people made fun of face masks when they started wearing those. You know, all these pussy-ass players are wearing face masks now instead of getting their nose broke on every play. What a bunch of pussies. And now people want to say the same thing about the Guardian caps. But if wearing a Guardian cap can, you know, elongate your career and prevent long-term mental retardation when you're 50, and you're Tua, and you're 25 years old and you've had multiple concussions, but you want to keep playing, wouldn't you at least wear the damn Guardian cap? So, I don't know. But, you know, if they make things optional, look, people feel invincible. I get it. People feel invincible. If you make something optional, people aren't going to wear it. Look at the knee pads. They don't wear the knee pads anymore. They're basically playing in shorts nowadays because they made the knee pads and all that optional. So they got these wide receivers and DBs and linebackers even that are basically playing in shorts now. There's some players that if you told them they didn't have to wear shoulder pads, they'd take them off and they'd play without shoulder pads. They'd just take the chance. You know, I mean, so and unless they mandate the Guardian caps, I don't expect very many people to start wearing them. Flip the Notre Dame helmet over until we get a passing touchdown. Hashtag poverty. Actually, it's something else with the Notre Dame helmet. It's until they beat a MAC school, which is, I mean, that's just bad that we even have to do that, but we do. It's bad that we have to do that, but somebody called in yesterday and said turn it upside down until they beat a MAC school. Of course, they lost to Northern Illinois. They do play another MAC school, so they've got a chance. But they've got to beat a MAC school. That's the thing with them now. What happened to TCU? Look at TCU all cattywampus over here. Now, what was that about? Like that at all. Straighten you up, big guy. Straighten you up, big guy. Helmet wall looking good. Helmet wall looking good. I got to fill in the top and the bottom. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got 17 more helmets to hang up. They're on the floor down here. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Might do it tomorrow. Notre Dame might could win the MAC. No, they couldn't. They just lost to Northern Illinois. They just lost to Northern Illinois. UCF TCU, I like UCF in that one. No, didn't make a video on the Pac-12 editions. That looks like a fumble to me. That looked like a fumble to me. Pass complete, no, incomplete, blown up by Kansas State on 2nd and 12. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12. Now, boy, that sure looked like a, I guess it was an incomplete pass, not a fumble. Lou, what's the game day food tomorrow? I got a meat and cheese tray for tomorrow. The meat, cheese, crackers, you know what I'm talking about? Like they sell them at grocery stores or, you know, the big trays, and it's got like 3 or 4 different kinds of like pepperoni, salami, and then 3 or 4 different types of cheese and some crackers and that. I've got a fruit tray, and I'm making chicken and dumplings. It's kind of like gloomy and overcast and rainy here this weekend, so a good weekend for some chicken and dumplings. And chicken and dumplings are good. Boy, they just gave up this 3rd and 12. That's pitiful. That's pitiful there. 3rd and 12, and you let them convert. I mean, that's just piss poor. That is piss poor there. I mean, he just whipped the guy in man coverage. You can't do that, man. You can't let a guy run wide open like that on 3rd and 12, man. That's bad. That's that McMillan. I mean, he's really good, but shit, on 3rd and 12, you got to know they're looking for him. UNLV's quarterback with a huge run. 30, 25, out of bounds at the 25, about a 50-yard gain for UNLV on the ground. They just won't give up. UNLV just won't give up. 3rd and 12, you got to get off the field on 3rd and 12. You can't be letting teams convert on you 3rd and 12. Good looking drive here to open up the game for Arizona. They got the ball first. They've gone right down the field. Now looking at a 2nd and 5 with 8:20 to go in the first quarter. No score. This is the first possession of the game. Number 20, Arizona on the road at number 14, K-State. 2nd and 5 for Arizona on the K-State 7-yard line. They need to get to the 2 for a first down. Pistol, snap, handoff. Cuts to the left, and he's going to walk into the... No, upended. I believe he's a little short, but it's going to be 1st and goal from inside the 1. I thought he was going to walk into the end zone. A DB or somebody came up, cut his legs out from under him. And, yeah, he is down. It's going to be just short of the goal line. 1st and goal from the 6-inch line, basically. Wings or chicken fingers are awesome, but I'm burnt out on it. I had wings tonight. I had the lemon pepper and mild mix wings tonight with French fries a couple hours ago for dinner. Yeah, a couple hours. So that's what I had today. 1st and goal from inside the 1. Another handoff. And he dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. So they made that look easy. They went right down the field. Kansas State blew it on that 3rd and 12. You got to get off the field on 3rd and 12. They could have forced a field goal attempt there. Instead, they let Arizona convert on a 3rd and 12, and Arizona makes them pay. They score a touchdown a couple of plays later. Arizona 6, Kansas State 0. Here comes the extra point for Arizona. Snap, hold, kick. Right down the middle, it's good. Arizona 7, K-State 0 is your score. About 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kansas State's first possession will be coming up after the commercial break. Nico might transfer to Iowa. Come on, man. Come on, man. Anybody else riding Arizona +7? Every time someone says Iowa or Iowa State, I think of Jeff. Jeff Webster? Yeah. Football Fossil, thank you for the super chat. He says, Canadian football fan here, been watching U.S. college football since 1960. Love your show, sticking to my 3-9 call on Colorado. If they lose this week to Colorado State, then you might be right. 3-9 might be in the cards if they lose to Colorado State this weekend. Then you might be on to something. They only have a handful of winnable games left, and this is one of them. I think Cincinnati is potentially a winnable game for them. Texas Tech maybe, but not a whole lot of winnable games on the schedule after this one for Colorado. Going to be hard for them to make a bowl game if they don't win today, I'll tell you that. Best game tomorrow? I don't know that there's clearly a best game. There's no real great games. There's a handful of really good games. Bama at Wisconsin, South Carolina at LSU, Georgia at Kentucky, Boston College at Missouri, Texas A&M at Florida, Notre Dame at Purdue, Oregon at Oregon State, Colorado at Colorado State. Any thoughts on the Brokeback Mountain Woo? I'm not sure what you mean there. NIU is projected 3rd in the MAC, but Notre Dame is playing the favorite in the MAC, Miami of Ohio, later this year. Well, they better beat them or else their helmet's not getting turned back the right way. Ole Miss at Wake Forest will be a blowout. Ole Miss will beat them by 30. What happens if FSU starts the season 0-3? Nothing other than they start the season 0-3. I mean, they probably won't make a bowl game if they start 0-3, but other than that, I'm not sure what you mean about what will happen. I mean, the world's not going to end or anything like that. They'll get laughed at, but hell, they're getting laughed at now. It gets to a certain point where you really can't laugh anymore at somebody. You've kind of laughed at them as much as you can. Oklahoma might lose to Tulane. Yeah, Oklahoma's got a couple players out. Could get caught looking ahead to a big game next week at home in Norman against Tennessee. kind of a classic trap spot here for Oklahoma this week. I do like Tulane in the points. I don't know if Tulane can beat them, but I do like Tulane in the points. Yeah, backyard brawl, Pitt and West Virginia. I feel bad. I know that's a rivalry, and I'm just telling you, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've talked to thousands and thousands of people. Not very many people care about that game. I'm not trying to put it down. I'm not trying to put down Pitt or West Virginia. I'm not trying to put down Pitt or West Virginia fans. I'm just telling you, there are 40 or 50 rivalry games that people will talk to me about before they will talk to me about that one. For whatever reason, I don't know. I know it's a bitter rivalry. I know those schools and the teams and the players and the fans don't like each other. I know the eat shit Pitt deal and all that. I'm just telling you, from a national perspective, that game barely registers. For whatever reason, I don't know. All right, Kansas State quarterback's going to keep on first down. Picks up 2 or 3 yards before ducking out of bounds. This guy hasn't gotten a haircut since the bowl game. I can see that. Kansas State back up to the line already, looking to run a hurry up here. 2nd and about 8. Back to throw this time. Looks to his right. Fires towards the sideline. Incomplete. An absolute laser beam over the outstretched hands of the wide receiver. Incomplete. 3rd and 7 coming up now for K-State. Braden Tilley, thank you for the super chat. Good to see you in here. Rudy, what's up, buddy? He says, thoughts on Shedeur quitting game early last week? Well, I mean, it can be your opinion that he quit, but I mean, he took a hit to the head and was taken out of the game, and him and another player who were also injured got taken to the locker room by the doctors with 2 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and 7, and the idiot runs a 6-yard route and falls down. 4th and 1. Nothing pisses, well, I won't say nothing because it seems like just about everything pisses me off lately with football. But one of the most aggravating and frustrating things in the world of college football is these receivers who constantly run routes 1 yard short of the first down. It just blows my fucking mind. Kansas State looks like they're going to keep their offense out on the field, though. 4th and about half a yard because the wide receiver fell down. I formation on their own 35. They snap it. You know what? I don't know if he got it. It's going to be close. He only needed about 6 inches. And boy, if he got it, it's by an inch or two. And the referee says he got it. But wow. Quarterback sneak out of an I formation, and there was no room. They kind of pushed him forward just enough, I guess. He needed to get to, what, the 35? They're going to spot the ball now on the 35 and a half. Boy, that was close. 1st and 10, K-State, back to throw. Rolls out to his left. Throws across his body. Complete downfield. No, drop. Come on, man. God almighty, man. You're on scholarship to make that catch. That would have been down in Arizona territory inside the 40. Not a bad throw considering he was on the run the other way. Kind of threw it across his body. You got to make that catch, man. What are you doing? What in the world, man? Cephas. Fucking Bo Cephas. You got to make that catch, dummy. What in the... Every time they show it, it makes it even worse that he dropped it. 2nd and 10. Quarterback keep. Has room and a blocker. 1st down, midfield. 45 down to the 44. This quarterback, I like him now. Reminds me of Cam Ward a little. In fact, I know I did. I streamed the Kansas State bowl game last year, and that was the first time I saw this guy play. He got the start in the bowl game last year, and I really liked him in the bowl game. This is the first chance I've got to see him play this year. But I like this Kansas State quarterback. I don't think he's as good as Noah Fafita at Arizona, but he's a fun quarterback to watch. 1st and 10 on the Arizona 45. Shotgun, snap. Handoff to the running back. No, play action, fooled Uncle Lou. Pass complete towards the right sideline for 7 or 8 yards on a little curl route. Completely tricked Uncle Lou that time. Went ahead and tricked Uncle Lou there. The game's on Fox in that. The Kansas State game is on Fox. The Kansas game is on ESPN. 46 seconds to go in the first half. Kansas 17, UNLV 6. Kansas was about a 6 or a 7 point favorite in that one. Kansas State about a 6 or a 7 point favorite in this one. Both the Kansas teams are at home tonight. Going deep. Wow. Wow. You put a little more air under that one, and it's a touchdown. Wide receiver had a step on the DB. And the quarterback overshot the ball there. But just beat off the line of scrimmage there. Look at that. Whipped, just beat right off the line of scrimmage. Yeah. You got to complete that one. That's on the QB there and that. You got to put a little more air under that one. What new helmets did you get? Well, the most recent one was Boise State. This is the most recent one. Boise State. Matte black. Maybe we'll get it hung up tomorrow. 1st and 10 for Kansas State on the Arizona 33. Johnson back to throw again. Steps up, gets rid of it, overthrows a wide open receiver on an underneath crossing route. Falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Arizona 7, Kansas State nothing. Each team's had the ball once. Arizona went right down the field and scored. Braden says, messed up my super chat earlier. Ohio State fan here. To be honest, I think only 3 teams can win the Natty this year. It's Ohio State, Georgia, and Texas. Those look like the 3 best teams right now, that's for sure, but it's still early. But those have been the 3 most impressive teams early in the season for sure. And you could make an argument maybe Georgia and Texas a little bit ahead of Ohio State right now just because you haven't seen Ohio State play any legitimate competition. Big gain on the ground by Kansas State. Is that Dylan Edwards? What number is Dylan Edwards? He's the smartest he's the smartest person to ever play for Colorado, Dylan Edwards, because he got the hell out of there. Any running back with any sense at all would never go or stay at Colorado, but I don't think that's Dylan Edwards, is it? I can't tell. And I'm listening on mute, so I don't know. Anyway, I know Dylan Edwards does play for Kansas State. I like him too. They brought him in to be kind of like another Deuce Vaughn. They're going to hand it off on 1st and 10. Another big hole. Same guy, number 31. Is that Dylan Edwards? Can somebody tell me? I'm trying to see the back of his jersey, but they won't show it. I don't think that's Dylan Edwards, though. But he does play for Kansas State. Do you have every Power 4 helmet? Yes. Everything between the lights is Power 4, and that's every single one of them. I have all the Power, what used to be Power 5, now the Power 4, but yeah, I have them all. 2nd and 2 for Kansas State on the Arizona 7. Another handoff. Nowhere to go that time. Hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down coming up for K-State. 5-star dummy said Big Ten has no competition. What does that even mean, that the Big Ten has no competition? I don't even know what that means. I don't know anything about DirecTV. I haven't had DirecTV in a decade. So I have no idea. I can tell you YouTube TV ain't got no problems. 3rd and 1. Shotgun. Handoff. Needed a yard, got a yard and a half. 1st and goal, K-State, just inside the 4. That's a shit ton of money in helmets. Well, I've actually gotten pretty lucky. I've only bought probably about half of these. The rest have been sent to me by fans and viewers of the show, like the Boise State helmet. Somebody actually sent me that a couple of days ago. When I first started collecting the helmets, I got sent a ton of helmets when I first started collecting them because, like, I don't know, an LSU fan would be watching and I didn't have an LSU helmet, they'd send me an LSU helmet. Or, Michigan State fan would be watching. I didn't have a Michigan State helmet, they'd send me a Michigan State helmet. So that's how I got a lot of them. A touchdown, Kansas State. That's how I got a lot of them. And once I got up to 40 or 50, where I had most of like the big name teams, that's when it got harder. The helmets become harder to find. I mean, like I've got a Hawaii helmet. Well, you know, there are no Hawaii fans that's gonna send me. Somebody sent it to me though, or like I've got FIU, FAU, Florida A&M. You know, you start getting to the more obscure schools, they become harder to find. UTEP is who Lou has always been scared of, says Agent C. Tie ball game, 7 apiece. Each team has had the ball once. Each team has gone right down the field and scored. 7-7 your score. 1:01 to go in the first quarter. Only positive about DirecTV is it's way faster and it never buffers. Way faster than what? UNLV had awful. You talking about DirecTV internet being way? What do you? I don't know what you mean by way faster. What do you mean it's faster than YouTube TV? I'm not even. What makes a TV channel faster than another? Lou, do you think Jonathan Smith will build MSU back into prime D'Antonio? Well, he got a long way to go. I do like the hire, and I think he'll do better there than Mel Tucker. But it's going to be a tough row to hoe there. I'm not behind in the game. There's a delay on YouTube. Damn it, that's it. I'm about to start cussing, says Zona Man. Early in the game, Zona Man. Y'all look good on offense. Y'all looked better offensively than Kansas State did, honestly. What helmet don't you have? It's easier if you just name one and I tell you if I have it or not, because I've got about 130. So it gets hard to start naming helmets I don't have. I feel like Lou quit drinking beer. Well, I did quit altogether for about 2 years or so. The only time I drink now is if I'm out of town or on vacation or something. YouTube TV is $70 a month. About that. I think it's $64.99 or maybe $69.99. That sounds about right. Do you have a Southeast Louisiana helmet? No, I do not. Buffalo? I don't think so. No, I do not have a Buffalo helmet. Gotta have a drink on vacation. It's in the Constitution. Well, it's not really a secret. Y'all know I got a DUI, so I basically don't drink unless I don't have access to a car, because I don't want to make that same mistake again. So I don't drink at home. If I go out to dinner, I don't have a drink at dinner. I basically don't drink unless I'm out of town with no access to my car, because I don't want to fuck up again. I'm not proud of it, but I don't like to talk about it, but since it came up, that's that. Do the Shador Sanders, the watch thing? I know what time it is. Perfect timing. This is how you break a TV. Yeah, I still got the Mustang. Yeah, loved it. I'm never getting rid of it. Well, I say that. It's funny, I was talking to my dad. My dad's birthday was the other day. He has a GT 500. And I want it. Bad. And if I get it, then I would sell my Mustang. Yeah, my Mustang's a manual. Yeah. I wouldn't have a Mustang unless it was a manual. I wouldn't have one unless it was a manual. Yeah, he's got a GT 500. He never drives it. Sits in his garage. He might drive it 4 or 5 times a year. Just sits in his garage. And, his birthday was the other day. We went out to dinner, and it came up. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope to have it one day. If I end up with that, then I would probably sell. I don't need 2 Mustangs. I would sell my Mustang, and I would get something more comfortable that I could just drive to the store in, you know. I rode in a 2021 GT 500, 100 grand. The new ones are not manuals. That's not an option. anymore. It sucks. Do you have a Citronaut UCF helmet? I have a UCF helmet. No. It's just the regular one, though. I have all the Power 4 helmets. What used to be the Power 5. GT500 is the big dog, yeah. What was your first truck? I've only ever owned one pickup truck, and it was when I was in college. I had an old Ford Ranger. I missed that shed too. I put a lot of work into that thing just to use it for a year. Not even a year. 6 months. But, oh well. I'm not a car guy, Hunter. I don't even know what that is, the old 1967 GT. I'm not a car guy at all. I just happen to like Mustang. My dad had a Mustang when I was a kid, when I was real little. My dad had a 1987 5.0. And as a kid, it might as well have been a race car. I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen when I was a kid. And so I told myself I'd have one day. And then by the time I could afford one, I had kids, and you can't be putting a damn car seat in and out of a Mustang, so I didn't get one. And finally, about 5 or 6 years ago, I needed a new car anyway, so I got a Mustang. But I'm not a car guy. I know a lot of people that have Mustangs are car guys, and they like to argue about Mustang versus Camaro or all that Ford and Chevy, and I couldn't care less. I'm not a car guy. I don't work on cars. I can't tell you nothing about them. The only thing I know about a car is if I like the way it looks when it rides by or not. That's literally it. How you doing?
Pie's ready.
What?
Pie is ready.
The pie is ready?
Yeah.
I like pie.
I know you do.
Yeah. I love pie. Arizona 2nd and 10. Pass complete across the 20. Tackled 3 or 4 yards short of the first down around the 23 or 24 yard line. That might be the last play of the first quarter. Yeah, it looks like it is. 7-7 your score after one quarter. Arizona and Kansas State all tied up. I watched that video when he went to that loser's house that made a trashy comment, made me respect you more. Well, that wasn't a smart decision on my part, but I was new to the YouTube game back then, and I let things bother me way too much, but it is what it is. Did you see the guy that crashed his truck on Colorado's field while running from a hit and run? I didn't know he was running from a hit and run. I didn't know that part. Yes, I have heard the story and seen the pictures, but I didn't know he was running from the police when it happened. I kind of thought he just did it on purpose just to screw around. Thank you, Moth Nation and Tony, for the super chats. Why do you hate Pitt? Who, me? I don't hate Pitt. What year is your dad's GT500 and what color? It's black, and I think it's a 2013. I think it's a 2013. It's not the S550 body. It's not the new body style that's been out the last few years. It's the previous body style. I think it's a 2013. And it's black with red racing stripes. I seen you in that 5.0 shifting gears, Lou. Yeah. Now, a regular car, I don't want a manual. I want an automatic. But for any type of sports car, I would prefer a stick. And so that's what I have. Do you like the S650? Yeah. I like you talking about the new Mustangs? Yeah, I do. I like them. You want a Corvette? The guy across the street from me has got a brand new one. Badass. Badass. That motherfucker. Don't even get me started on that guy. Every time I open the garage, I park my Mustang in the garage. Every time I open the garage, or I leave, or come back from going somewhere, that motherfucker, he'll be in his yard doing yard work or whatever, just nothing. And if I open my garage, if I come back from somewhere, he goes straight in his house, gets the keys to his Corvette, comes outside, gets in his Corvette, cranks it up, backs it out of the garage into the driveway, leaves it running, and then goes back to doing whatever the fuck he was doing. I'm like, man, come on, man. We all know you have a Corvette, man. You don't have to do that every time somebody pulls a car in and out of their driveway. Now you got to go back to your Corvette, but that's a bad motherfucker though. It's all white. It's a badass car. But yeah, he's that guy. Every time I pull in or out of the driveway, he cranks that thing up and backs it out of his garage, just lets it sit there and run. 1st and 10 for Arizona. This will be the first play of the second quarter. They are on their own. No, it's 3rd and 4. I'm sorry. 3rd and 4. They're on their own 23. Back to throw. Fafita in the pocket. Gets rid of it. Going deep. Way overthrown. Receiver ran a post. Fafita threw a go route. Falls incomplete. And the Kansas State defense showed up that time. First punt of the game coming up. Each team went down the field and scored relatively easily on their first possession. 7-7 is the score. K-State with a good defensive series there forces an Arizona punt early in the second quarter. Halftime of the Kansas UNLV game. Look at Dan Mullen's big, goofy looking ass over here on ESPN. Fuck him. Dan Mullen. That's a goofy sumbitch, that damn, fucking Dan Mullen. The only good thing about Dan Mullen is that he's not Billy Napier. That's the only, other than that, there ain't really nothing to be excited about with Dan Mullen. Fucking clown. This punt's going to be returnable, and they got some room. Across the 40, 45, midfield, 40, 30, 20.
My God.
Touchdown, K-State. Is that Dylan Edwards? There's Dylan Edwards. The smartest player that Dion ever signed. Because he got the fuck out of there. Because he knew they weren't going to run the goddamn ball. So he transferred out. Genius. Dylan Edwards. About a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown here. And Kansas State takes their first lead of the day. Yeah, 72-yard punt return for a touchdown here.
Wow.
Untouched. 72 yards for a touchdown. Here comes the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. It's good. K-State 14, Arizona 7. Let's check some baseball scores, see how much money I'm losing over there. Oh, that can't be good. Yep, I'm losing the Phillies game. I'm losing the Guardians game. And I'm losing the Twins game. That's great. Losing all 3 of the baseball games. That's amazing. So hopefully Kansas State comes through. We at least win something today. Braves winning 5-3 over the Dodgers. Yeah, I didn't bet them today. I bet the Phillies, the Twins, and the Guardians, and they're all losing. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man. Why do you hate Dan Mullen? I don't hate Dan Mullen. I wish Florida never fired him. The Uncle Lou, seemed like you missed last week that the LSU Nichols game was 23-21 in the third quarter. LSU defense looked like hot doo-doo. No, I didn't miss that. Deion Sanders in a KFC commercial. Can't make this shit up. Come on, Guardians. I need Johnson 2 touchdowns. He's got 1. Johnson what? Who is that? What about Arizona State yesterday? They won. Great game. I took Texas State -2.5, so I lost that one too. Oh, Kansas State quarterback. He doesn't have any touchdowns, does he? I don't think he's got any. Was it the first? Was the first touchdown a touchdown pass or a run? I can't remember now. Maybe it was a pass. Oh, that's right. It was a little flare pass, wasn't it? Out in the flat. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Shador will retire from brain damage before the end of the year. Well, let's hope that's not true. I mean, I get what you're saying. He's getting killed every game or running for his life, but let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope that doesn't count. Goose Malzahn to Florida. Goose Malzahn will be the best coach Florida's had since Urban Meyer. If Florida hired Goose Malzahn, he'd be the best coach they had since Urban Meyer. My little 2-valve 4.6 is pretty mean. Will Oregon win tomorrow? Probably, but I took Oregon State in the points. I think Oregon State can cover. Rudy Wins says, hit the thumbs up, hashtag eat pie. Yeah, I love pie. I love pie. What is it, cherry pie? Yeah, it's cherry pie, too. Hey, Lou. Hey, Mrs. Lou. How are you guys? Love the show. Thank you, Texas Meats. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, says she's doing good, too, there. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for axing.
Thanks for accent.
Second half about to get started. Kansas and UNLV. Kansas has the lead there. Arizona's going to take a knee on this Kansas State kickoff. 1st and 10 from their own 25. Arizona takes the ball down 14-7. I need Avery Johnson 199.5 over on passing yards. Hashtag Prize Picks. Yeah, y'all go to Prize Picks and put in promo code Uncle Lou. They'll hook you up. Make any $5 play, win or lose, they'll give you $50. PrizePicks.com. You can use it in states where you can't gamble too. So like Georgia, like I can't use DraftKings and all that in Georgia, but I can use Prize Picks. You're not betting on the outcome of the game. You're making a pick on whether or not players will have over or under certain statistical certain stats. What a catch. That has to be McMillan, is it? Is that McMillan again? I mean, you're just throwing it up for grabs. I mean, it's good coverage. Yeah, McMillan, he just out-jumped the guy. I mean, you can't cover anybody any better than that, but you got to make a play on the ball. That's a hell of a wide receiver. That's a first-round pick right there, no question. That's a first-round pick, no question there, McMillan at wide receiver. Big gain for Arizona. Yeah, the promo code is Uncle Lou, one word. Create an account, make a deposit, make any $5 play, and whether you win or lose that first $5 play you make, they're going to give you $50 for free. And you're just betting, you can bet on any player you want. So if you're an Alabama fan, you can look up all the Jalen Milroe numbers, and you want to make a pick on Jalen Milroe over 200 yards passing or whatever you want to do. All the stuff, it's all on there. It's really easy to use. Lou, who's your most hated team? I don't really hate any team. Really? If Georgia had to go 1-11, I would want the one win to be against South Carolina, but we don't play South Carolina every year anymore, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to change up my story on that, I guess. Yeah, McMillan's insane, dude. He had over 300 yards receiving in week 1 alone. Across midfield, 1st and 20 after a penalty for Arizona. They're on the K-State 47. Fafita back to throw, gets rid of it over the middle, caught by McMillan again, making everybody miss all the way down to the 35. So on 1st and 20, they get it all back. 10. It's going to be 2nd and about 8? How did Florida fall so far from greatness? Bad coaching hires. Mostly bad coaching hires. 2nd and 9. A handoff. Has a hole. Spin move. Oh, wow. Good play by that defender there. Running back hit the circle button, but the defender made the tackle anyway. 3rd and 3 coming up now for Arizona. I have McMillan in my college fantasy football league. You're likely to win then. You're likely to win based on just that. No hype and hate for the Kentucky game, no. I've talked about this for 2 years in a row, but I'm done doing hype and hate videos for every podunk team that Georgia plays over and over again every single year. You're just making the same jokes year after year after year about these terrible teams. So had Kentucky won last week, I might would have done one, but like 31-6, lose to South Carolina. What am I going to do? Intercepted. Threw into double coverage, and Kansas State made them pay. 10, 15, 20, out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Not a good decision by Fafita there. They ran a post right in between a two-high safety look, and basically threw it right into the middle of double coverage. An easy interception in the end zone for Kansas State, returned out to the 23. Just floated it up. You got to put that, if he puts that ball on a rope, it might get there before the safety, but he put too much air under it, and K-State picked it off. Malcolm Hillsman says, go Vols, looking forward to the Oklahoma versus Tennessee game next weekend. Just hope we don't get caught looking forward and focus on Kent State tomorrow. That's going to be a great game next week. A week ago, Oklahoma was favored by 3.5. Today, Tennessee is favored by 3.5. So that's a 7 or an 8 point line move in just 3 or 4 days. And I'm telling you, if Oklahoma shits the bed this week against Tulane, Tennessee's going to go in there as a double-digit favorite. I think Tennessee's going to blow them out. Either way, I don't care what the point spread ends up saying. I think Tennessee's going to go in there and beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. I just think Tennessee's a lot better than Oklahoma. I'm going to bet that game the minute the line comes out on Sunday. Because whatever the line comes out at, it's going to get higher and higher as the week goes on next week. So I'll be betting that game on Sunday. Whatever, I don't care what the line is. I'm taking Tennessee minus the points. Turn Kansas helmet upside down so they cover against an unranked opponent. I'm not going to do all that. Hey, what's up, Earl? I'm good. How are you, buddy? As a Tennessee fan, it's still a nerve-wracking game against Oklahoma. Nico's first game in a hostile environment. Oh yeah, I get it. I mean, I get nervous before every Georgia game, especially big games. Even if Georgia is the better team, I get it. But as a neutral outside observer, who some would say has spent the last 8 years hating Tennessee, which of course is not true. I've just been honest about Tennessee, which is they've been a fucking trash can for the better part of the last 25 years. Just so happens this year, I don't think that. I think they're really good this year. So, what a surprise. I come on in here and I say Tennessee's really good. It's almost like I just say whatever my opinion of a team is, and that I don't actually just hate or love teams. I know that's weird to a lot of you who just think everybody sucks because you don't like that team or whatever, but it's almost like I look at a team, decide whether I think they're good or not, and then say that. And that's literally all there is to it. Does Auburn qualify for We're Back? Let's see. They do now, don't they? Because when was the last time they won the SEC? 2013? So, yeah, they do. Maybe they're next up on the list because I'm trying to keep it to 4 teams. So one of the teams would have to come off the list. And I think there's a chance that 2 of the teams are coming off the list this year. Tennessee and Miami could come off the list this year. There's Dylan Edwards again. Still, look at him. They can't tackle him. Look at that. That guy's an absolute genius. He was at Colorado for 5 minutes and said, fuck this, I'm out of here. What a genius Dylan Edwards was. Imagine a guy with this talent wasting away as a running back at Colorado. And that's exactly what he would have been doing. He had more yards on that carry than he would have had the entire season at Colorado. Play action. Going deep. Oh, miscommunication. The receiver ran a stop route. Quarterback threw a go route. Her show comes on Sundays at 8. Here, I'll post the link. There you go. That's the link to her channel. She does a live show Sunday nights at 8. Do you like Mizzou or BC to cover tomorrow? If you could have got Boston College earlier in the week when it was like 17 points, I love Boston College plus 17, but it's down to like 14 or 15. Now, I won't play it at 14 or 15. I won't bet it. What's up, Dragonius? All right, 3rd and 9 for K-State, right around midfield. Avery Johnson in the pocket, throws over the middle. Caught, I think. Cameraman's asleep. He finally decides to catch up. Johnson to Johnson there. Johnson and Johnson connection.
Johnson and Johnson.
That's the Johnson and Johnson connection here. Quarterback Avery Johnson to wide receiver number 10 Johnson. Johnson and Johnson down to the Arizona 45-yard line. And Kansas State's in business again, up 14-7 with 10.5 to go in the first quarter, and threatening to score more. UNLV has come back on Kansas. Avery Johnson throws complete near the sideline, tackled right away around the 30. UNLV has cut the lead to 4. Kansas 17, UNLV 13 with 12:30 to go in the third quarter. So that game's close too. Both Kansas and Kansas State are the home teams tonight. I wanted to bet Kansas minus the 6 or whatever it was, but the game started before I could get my bet in, and now looked like I might have saved myself some money. But on weekday games, here's some free gambling advice for you. Of course, don't ever listen to me about anything I say about gambling. It's your money. You bet your money however you want to. This is just inside the mind of Uncle Lou here. I don't ever bet the road team during the week, ever. And now, I might not bet the game if I don't like the number, but I never bet the road team during the week, ever. If I bet a weekday game, it's going to be the home team every time. What's my wife's show about? It's pretty much a shit show / disaster stream with her and this other lady type person on there. And they just kind of shoot the shit, and they post a StreamYard link and people come on. It's like an open panel discussion type of hangout show. And I use the term shit show disaster stream as a compliment, because those are some of the funnest, those are some of the most fun streams on YouTube, actually. I don't mean that in a negative way at all. At all. My friend used to meet up at Chuck E. Cheese's to pay up. What?
To pay up on bets?
Pay up on bets. Y'all would meet at the Chuck E. Cheese? You pay in game tokens?
Tokens.
Jet sweep by Kansas State on 3rd and 10. Needs a block. Not going to get it. Picks up about 5 before he's pushed out of bounds with 8:39 to go. K-State up 7. Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already. And if for some reason you're not subscribed, make sure you're... every time I do these game streams, I get a few new people who will show up because they might be searching YouTube for the Kansas State-Arizona game or something. But anyway, this is Uncle Lou here. That's right. This is me, Uncle Lou, live on LouTube for you. The rumors are true. And I do these ridiculous game streams every weekend during the college football season. All day on Saturdays. Doing it tonight because this is a pretty good game here too. I also post pointless, barely watchable college football videos year-round. They're head-scratching and hair-raising, but if you watch enough Uncle Lou, it'll lower your cholesterol and get you off of that Lipitor you're taking, which is killing you from the inside out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up. Go knock on your neighbor's door and do him a favor, too. Tell him to subscribe to Uncle Lou. Trying to get this... How many subscribers? Where am I at? 70? I'm trying to get to 70 is the next one. What am I at now? It should say on there. What am I at now? 69? Mm-hmm. Trying to get to 70,000 subscribers. So, help me out. Share some Uncle Lou videos somewhere. Let's get Uncle Lou to 70K. Push to 70K. The next goal will be 75K, and then I'm not doing any more subscriber goals. 100K is the goal after that. We gotta get to 100K.
Yes.
I've never talked about getting to 100K or anything like that. It's always seemed like it's so far away. I mean, hell, I've been doing this for 10 years, and every once in a while I'll do like, okay, we got to get to 50,000 subs, or we got to get to 52,000, or we got to get to 70, and then the next one will be 75. Once we pass 75, though. No more sub goals, except we need 100K after that. That's it. What game are you excited for this weekend? There's not a game this weekend that really stands out to me. There's no huge marquee game, I don't think. There's a lot of like B-plus games, right? Oregon State, Texas A&M, Florida, LSU, South Carolina, Alabama, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Pitt, Notre Dame, Purdue, Florida State, and Memphis. A lot of games like that. There's no, you don't have any, like last week you had Texas, Michigan. There's nothing like that this week, right? Now, next week you got Tennessee and Oklahoma and a handful of other games. The week after that, you got Georgia versus Alabama. So you're going to, really starting next week, because of the new conference schedules and the expansion within the SEC and the Big Ten, really starting next week, you're going to have massive, like, top 10 type games every single week for the rest of the season, starting next week. Like, massive conference implication games, playoff implication games, pretty much every week. UNLV just picked off Jalen Daniels again. They returned it all the way down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. UNLV is going to have first and goal. They're only down 4. So this is like the last week of kind of, coasting through. Next week, it's full steam ahead. You just have massive games every single week from here on out, starting next week. But with that being said, there are still plenty of games worth watching tomorrow. Just none that I would consider like marquee level games. I think there's only 2 games involving ranked teams this week. You've got Boston College and Missouri, and this one. Arizona, K-State, both teams are ranked. Boston College, Missouri, both teams are ranked. I don't even think there's another game where both teams are ranked. But this is the last week of that. Jalen Daniels kind of blows. Fafita running for his life, throws off his back foot out of bounds on 2nd and 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. K-State up 14-7. College game day is going to be in South Carolina, LSU for some reason. Yeah, they were planning on going to Lexington for the Georgia-Kentucky game, but Kentucky blew that by getting blown out at home by South Carolina. For no reason at all. Literally none. The Uncle Lou Saturday show is always a good time. Yeah, Saturdays are nuts because you got, I've got 3 TVs. Well, I got 4 TVs and 2 computer monitors. So I got 4, 5, 6 games going at a time in here. And, it gets wild in here on Saturdays, yeah. Rambling Ryan says he's going to hate watch LSU. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Can I have a piece of that pie? Okay. You got to get me some of that pie. Yeah, I need some of that pie. Two turntables and a microphone. 1st and 10, Arizona. They're on their own 40. Flags everywhere. They're going to blow this one dead. Somebody moved early. Yeah, false start on Arizona. That's going to back them up. 1st and 15 now for Arizona. Just got done with some key lime pie. I love key lime pie. She doesn't like key lime pie. So when we get key lime pie, we have to buy the individual slices they sell like in the frozen section of the grocery store. Because she doesn't like key lime pie. I don't understand. I love key lime. Yeah, key lime pie is good. We got a cherry pie today, though. I like apple pie, but it's down my list of ways. I would say cherry pie, key lime pie, chocolate pie, strawberry pie, and then probably apple pie after that. Cherry cheesecake. I like cheesecake. But I prefer only plain cheesecake. Peanut butter pie is okay. It's down the list too. I would eat peanut butter pie, but it wouldn't be in my top 5 or 6. I don't like pumpkin pie. Squirrel pie? What are you, Haitian? You ever had shoe fly pie? I'm going to say no on that. Lou, go eat the pie off camera? No. No, not going to do that. UNLV had to settle for a field goal, so disappointing there. They get the interception returned down inside the 5, first and goal from the 4, and can't push it in. Still a 1-point lead for Kansas. McMillan with another just circus catch on first down. It was first and long. Back-to-back penalties from Arizona had them backed up, but this McMillan is just uncoverable. Just another crazy, not a good throw, but goes up and gets it. What about country fried steak? That's not a pie, and if it is, that's disgusting. Country fried steak pie would be disgusting. But I do like country fried steak like the meal. Lou needs to get better internet. There's nothing wrong with the internet. If you're having issues watching the stream, that's a you problem. There's no issues with the stream. So it's your internet that's fucking up, dummy. Retard. Better internet. My internet's so much better than yours, it's not even funny. You wish you had my internet. Takes you 2 hours to beat off when you watch porn because your internet's so damn slow. Get on my level, son. Your internet ain't nowhere near that fast, dummy. Your internet ain't nowhere near that fast. Dummy! Five-star dummy. Five-star dummy. Get on my level, son. Another flag down in this Arizona K-State game. That's slow? Yeah, tell me you don't know anything about internet at all. Lou, are you going to be streaming the Tennessee game? Tomorrow? Buddy, they're playing Kent State. Tennessee fans need to get a fucking clue. Everybody talked about you last week when you played NC State, man. That's going to have to be good enough. Nobody gives a fuck that you're playing Kent State, just like they didn't give a fuck that you played Chattanooga. They didn't give a fuck that Georgia played Tennessee Tech. I didn't even watch the Georgia game last week. What in the fuck makes you think I'm watching Tennessee and Kent State, man? Just stop with that. Y'all are so goddamn needy. Isn't it enough that you have a good team and everybody keeps telling you have a good team? Isn't that enough? Now you want people to fucking talk to you about the Tennessee-Kent State game. No one cares. Mark Rogers doesn't even care, and he went to Kent State. You have 1 gig internet. Having 1 gig internet and getting 1 gig speeds is not the same thing. I have 1 gig internet too. And this is on a Wi-Fi connection. The hub is in the living room. Need a hard line with a caption. Look at all these people think they're internet experts. There's nothing wrong with this internet, dude. Nothing. I don't know what it is you think that's wrong with my internet that's making your phone fuck up. It's probably if something's wrong with your stream, that's on your end. There's nothing wrong with this stream at all. There's no drop frames. Nothing. There's been 23 dropped frames in an hour and 30 minutes. You're just mentally retarded, or you got some kind of, I don't know what your issue is, but there's nothing wrong with the stream. So if you're having an issue with the stream, it's a problem on your end. Because I know when I'm having a problem on my end. So it tells me. It was choppy at first, but after I backed out, yeah, that was a you issue. Yeah, that was a you issue on that. I've got the screen pulled up right here, and so does she. So
I haven't had any issues.
no, you can try to piss on my foot and tell me it's raining, but what's going to end up happening is you're just going to step in the puddle. That's it. Now stop trolling me. This is a troll-free zone. I've been streaming for a living for 10 years, but some 9-year-old who plays Minecraft on Xbox Live come in here and tell you how to do your job. Go clean your room, man. We'll come check on you in an hour. Now I've been cool, calm, and collected this whole stream, have I not?
You have been.
I haven't even raised my voice, have I?
No.
I haven't raised my voice. I haven't yelled or screamed at any of y'all or anything that's happened with these football games. I've sat here, I've read the chat, and interacted with you guys in a calm, cool, collected, and rational manner. And then you get these low-level 9-year-old elementary school trolls that show up with the "your internet don't work" routine. I better stop mistreating me. Say that right now. Stop mistreating me. You're gonna leave me no choice.
Stop mistreating Uncle Lou!
They're watching on Firefox? Dang. I hate to hear that. I hate to hear that. Would you rather have a sore throat for a week or have to rewatch Oak State, Arkansas start to finish? Sore throat for a week. That's the most aggravating, annoying ass, fucking poorly coached, badly executed excuse for a high-level college football game I've ever seen. How in the fuck does Arkansas have 650 yards and lose? And then Oklahoma State sitting around going, "Told you we had a good defense." Man, you gave up 650. There's no such thing as giving up 650 yards to Arkansas and talking about you got a good deal. Arkansas is like the 12th or 13th worst team in the SEC, man. Clorox bleach looks like he's been drinking himself again. I think that wide receiver stepped out before he caught it and then came back in. Is that guy's name Lemonius? What the fuck?
I was trying to figure that out, actually. What was that?
Yeah, he was clearly out of bounds. Lemonius Craig. Fourth and 11. Arizona's going to have to kick it away again. Game started off kind of quick, but the second quarter been a little bit slow. 14-7, K-State's up on Arizona. Coming up on 2 minutes to go until halftime. So Kansas State will get a chance here to run their 2-minute offense and see if they can extend the lead before the half. But Not until Arizona decides they need to go ahead and commit another penalty, because they've only committed 7 on this drive so far. Yeah, bit Nova. Yeah, there's been 2 minutes something left for 10 minutes. You're right. I subbed to the Patreon. How do I get the icons? What icons?
Oh, you have to.
Oh, you talking about these down here like that? That's not through Patreon. That's through YouTube. I wish there was a way I could add them for Patreon, but I can't. But trust me, the Patreon being signed up on Patreon is better than being signed up to the YouTube membership. Don't there ain't no sense. I mean, if you really want to do the YouTube join thing or whatever it's called, that's how you get the emojis. But I don't think it's worth it. That's why I don't ever talk about it. I don't ever even mention the YouTube join thing. But literally, if you do that though, all you get is those emojis. I don't do anything through the YouTube join or whatever it is. I do everything through Patreon. YouTube gets enough of my damn money. Stealing half of that is theft, so I don't even promote that. I don't even promote that and that. But I do appreciate you signing up on the Patreon, though. We'll be streaming over on the Patreon tomorrow at noon. So what'll happen is when you go to Patreon tomorrow around 11:45 or so, on the top of the page, you'll see a link posted. It'll say Week 3 Patreon stream. You just click that link, and it'll take you to the Patreon stream tomorrow. And we're going to watch all the noon games. I do a poll over there. What's his name? Hemp Hero. So I do a poll over there every Monday. I put a poll up on Patreon. Do y'all want me to stream the noon games, the afternoon games, or the primetime games? And everybody on the Patreon page goes and votes, and whichever time slot gets the most amount of votes, then that's what I stream on Patreon that week. And it was noon this week. So we'll be live on Patreon for all the noon games tomorrow. So I do the kickoff show on this channel at 9 a.m. That usually ends around 10:30. So around 11:30, 11:45, I'll post a link to the Patreon stream over on Patreon, and you just click on it, and we'll hang out and watch all the noon games. UNLV on the ground picks up a couple of yards on 1st and 10. They're down 17-16 with 7:50 to go in the third. Yeah, we have a good time on the Patreon streams. Are you going live for the night games tomorrow on YouTube? I haven't decided yet. I stream on Patreon every single Saturday, no matter what, period. And then depending on what games are on and what else is going on determines whether or not I stream a second time slot on Saturday. If I do a second stream tomorrow on YouTube, it will be the primetime games. It won't be the 3 o'clock games. So noon is going to be on Patreon. If I do a second time slot, it'll be primetime on YouTube. If I'm not gonna start flipping the fuck out. Zona man, calm down, man. 7-point game on the road. Ranked teams here. Y'all are still in it. Graham Mertz will be the reason Florida loses tomorrow. Florida's not losing tomorrow. I think Florida wins tomorrow. David Morris, what's up, buddy?
Oh, you think Florida's gonna win tomorrow?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Billy Napier's good for one big win every September. Happens every year. And Texas A&M ain't no good. Yeah, I actually think Florida wins tomorrow. You took UNLV in the points. I didn't bet that game. I tried to bet it, but the game had already started. But I was going to take Kansas. I don't bet road teams during the week. If I bet on a game during the week, football, college football, I always bet the home team. But when I went on to bet the game, it had already kicked off. I thought it came on at 7:30 for some reason. I went to bet it like at 7:15 and it had already started. I did bet Kansas State though. -7, I think it was. Or 6.5 or 7, something like that. I think it was 7. My boy Giddens going to break one of these. He's looked good. Dylan Edwards has looked good too. Both the K-State running backs. There it goes. 2nd and 8. Gains 10 or 11. Up past the 45 to the 46. So Kansas State driving here. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Trying to extend their lead here before halftime. Kansas State's got 2 good running backs. Johnson back to throw. Caught near the sideline, out of bounds, about a yard short of a first down. Into Arizona territory, though. K-State on the move here. How bad is Georgia going to beat Kentucky? Well, I took Georgia minus 24, so I think they're going to beat them by more than 24. Another pass. This one incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 1:10 to go. 3rd and 1 coming up for Kansas State. Trying to keep this drive alive. What's on the menu for game day food tomorrow? Got a big meat and cheese platter, you know, with the 2 or 3 different cheeses and like 2 or 3 different, you know, the pepperoni and salami and that and whatever. And a fruit tray and chicken and dumplings. 3rd and 1 for K-State. They need a first down here. 1:10 to go in the first half. They're up 7. Snap. Quarterback keeps, picks up the first down, and gets out of bounds after a gain about 5. Stops the clock with 1:04 to go and keeps the drive alive. Kansas still up by 1 point over UNLV. 5:41 to go in the third on that one. Couple of turnovers by Jalen Daniels have hurt Kansas in that game. Saving the Tommy Fries for a more important game. We did that last weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did Tommy Fries last weekend. I think I had them while I wasn't streaming, though.
Yeah.
I think I had them for lunch and streamed in the afternoon or something like that. I think I had them early for lunch and then streamed in the afternoon. But yeah, I had Tommy Fries last Saturday. 1st and 10 pass complete. Picks up 5 or 6 yards. Helmet comes off. He'll have to come out for a play. 56 seconds to go now in the first half. Kansas has the ball backed up inside their own 10-yard line. Swing pass out in the flat, gains 3 or 4. That's about it. 3rd and long coming up now for Kansas. Have you had the oysters yet? I had oysters. My dad's birthday was this week, and we all went out to eat dinner Wednesday, and I had oysters Wednesday night out at dinner. Chicken nachos. You had chicken nachos 2 weeks ago. That's one of my favorites. Brock Moore says, just joined up on the page. Hey, I appreciate that, Brock. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow at noon over there then. We have a really good time. Also, everybody on the Patreon stream gets the blue wrench, too. So you'll become a mod on the channel, too. So make sure you hang out at least a little while tomorrow during that Patreon stream so that I can give you your... moderator wrench. I think Florida wins, but LSU runs into a buzzsaw in South Carolina, even if it's just for one game. Yeah, that would be funny if LSU lost to South Carolina. I don't see it happening. I mean, I know everybody's talking about South Carolina's win over Kentucky. South Carolina had 250 total yards in that game. They have no offense. They don't. And I don't think they can keep up with LSU. They got no offense. I think LSU wins. I think it'll be close in the first half because that crowd's going to be nuts. First time game day's been there in like 10 years. Big win last week. I think the crowd's going to be nuts in Williams-Brice, and I think that'll keep it close for a while, but I think too much LSU offense in the end. Been subbed to the Patreon for like a year and had no idea I could get a wrench. Yeah, all you got to do is show up on the Patreon stream and leave. Everybody that comes to the Patreon stream and types a comment in the live chat gets a wrench. So this week's Patreon stream is tomorrow at noon. So I'll post the link on the Patreon page around 11:45 tomorrow morning. All you got to do is click that link. It'll take you to the Patreon stream. Leave a comment in the live chat, and everybody in there gets a wrench. I'm listening to the stream while in the drive-thru, and I won't be pulling forward. I'll wait here. Smart man, do not pull up in that drive-thru. They'll have you waiting there. They tried me at Hardee's the other day. There's nobody behind me. I said, I'm not going to. I said, look, first of all, the car that was in front of me, they made them pull up. Then I get up to the window, and they asked me to pull up, but there's nobody behind me. So I was nice. First of all, I'm always nice. I'm never an asshole about it. And I always explained the situation to him. And I was like, look, I get it, whatever your timer deal, but you got that guy up there waiting already. And there's nobody behind me. I said, so I'll make you a deal. If anybody pulls up behind me, I'll pull up. Other than that, I'm going to wait right here. And of course, no one pulled up behind me, and I just waited right there at the window. But no, I don't pull up and I don't wait. They forget about you when you're out there. If you pull up, it's going to take longer to get your food. That's just the reality. So I don't do it. I don't pull up and wait. I don't do it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for K-State in the red zone. Down to 38 seconds to go now until halftime. Kansas State's up 7. Trying to extend the lead here before the half. Empty backfield. Now he brings, I think that's Giddens back there with him. Snap. Johnson back to throw. Looks to his left. Throws to Giddens. Dropped. Nearly intercepted. Giddens should have caught that. I think he heard the footsteps coming. Got alligator arms and dropped it. 2nd and 10. Clock stops with an incomplete pass. 33 seconds to go now. Threw it a little bit behind him, but still should have been caught probably. Saw them footsteps coming and said, nah, I'm good. Ain't trying to get lit up here. Not a good throw by the quarterback. Yeah, we went to Reinhardt's, the one on Washington Road, the old one. If you know, there's 2 in town now. We went to the original one, not the new one out in Evans. We went to the original one down over there by Westside High School and the Mercedes dealership. Johnson on 2nd and 10 is going to be sacked back at the 20-yard line. Loss of 5 or 6 yards. 3rd and long coming up for K-State. They've got 1 timeout left. They're not using it here. Clock ticking. 17, 15, 14, 13. Got to run a play here so you can kick a field goal. Rolls to his left. Looking. They're going to let time run out. What are you doing, dude? What a bone-headed... What in the fuck, dude? You gotta know how much time is left in the fucking game, man! That's 3 points they just left on the field, and I've got Kansas State -7. And I've been betting and watching college football long enough to know exactly what's going to happen here. I'm going to lose this bet by 3 points. I'm going to lose the bet now by 3 points. I've been gambling since I was 8 years old. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to lose this bet by 3 points because Avery Johnson's a fucking moron. After I hyped him up for 2 hours the whole first half. God damn it. Flip the Kansas State helmet over until they called a timeout. Well, they didn't call the timeout because they needed to save the timeout for 4th down so they could run the field goal unit out there. That was the quarterback's fault. The quarterback's got to know I snapped the ball with 13 seconds to go. I've got 10 seconds here to do something. And if nothing's there, you get rid of the ball, you kick the field goal. Instead, he runs the clock down to 0 and then trots his happy ass out of bounds like he did something good. Fucking dummy. You got to know, man. You got to know better. When did Arkansas start wearing purple uniform? Oh, no. Oh, no. The Kansas State Razorbacks. Woo, pig dummy! Holy shit. Maybe they need to hire Mario Cristobal. No, you mean maybe they already did? Fuck. You think Lane Kipen... Hey, Lou, you think Lane Kipen goes to Florida after Billy gets fired? It would be a home run hire if they can get him. The issue is going to be, what do you do if Ole Miss is in the playoffs? Florida can't wait till January to hire a coach. So my guess is if Ole Miss makes the playoffs, Florida's probably not getting Lane Kiffin. Yeah, FSU to the Pac-12 is really picking up steam. It'd be a perfect fit. You could get a rivalry going with Fresno State because you'd have FSU versus FSU. Both programs are pretty identical and equal in terms of talent and ability, and in terms of how much they matter to the world of college football. But yeah, Florida State to the new Pac-12 is really picking up steam. Turn UGA's helmet upside down and they go a month without any arrests. Kansas is in a 1-point game with UNLV. Yeah, we're watching it. Plus, it's on the screen. Yeah, Freeze benching Peyton Thorne. Oh. Desperation time for Auburn in week 3. Damn, that's pitiful. Kyle's in the middle of a dream. He just typed 10-2. Miami's going to beat you by 30, buddy. If you lose tomorrow, you're not making a bowl game, Kyle. I just realized UNLV Kansas played last year in a baseball stadium bowl game, and this year they're in a soccer stadium. Hugh Freeze is stealing Lagway. If Lagway hits the portal, Auburn would be a great destination for him. Hugh Freeze and Lagway would be good together, I think. It's not ESPN or Disney's fault. It's the TV network. It's the TV company's fault. DirecTV's fault. If DirecTV doesn't pay, then Disney turns them off. DirecTV is refusing to pay. The only reason anybody has live TV anymore is to watch sports. So you don't think Disney and ESPN know that? So they charge whatever they want. These people have to. What are they going to do? Not pay it? If DirecTV doesn't have ESPN, everybody on the planet will drop DirecTV. There's no reason to have live TV anymore except for sports. That's the only thing keeping live TV alive. And everybody knows that. So you up the price and the TV network has to pay it. So DirecTV just needs to quit fucking around and pay whatever it is ESPN or Disney is asking and cut the channel back on. Disney didn't cut the channel off. DirecTV cut the channel off. I went round and round with this when the SEC network first started with Dish Network. It's not on Disney or ESPN, whoever owns the channel. It's all on the TV company. It's all on, Comcast TV back in the day, or Dish Network or DirecTV or whatever. It's on them to do it. You think Lagway would consider Georgia in transfer portal? Would UGA consider him? I'm sure UGA would consider him, but I don't know that he would consider UGA. I don't know. I don't think he ever really had much interest in UJ to start with. I mean, if I was a dual threat quarterback and Hugh Freeze wanted me and Kirby Smart wanted me, it'd be a pretty easy decision. I'd be at Auburn. Kirby really hadn't done nothing with dual threat quarterbacks except sit them on the bench for 3 and 4 years. Would Lagway consider Clemson? That's an irrelevant question. Clemson doesn't take transfers. Are you worried about the QB room after Beck's gone? No, Gunner's been there for 3 years. He can run the offense. Now, we don't know how good he'll be because he's never played before, but you got Gunner Stockton, who's been there 3 years. You got Jaden Rashada, who has a year of experience at the college level out in Arizona. And you got... what's the kid they brought in this year? I'm drawing a blank on the kid's name they brought in this year, but another true freshman they brought in this year. So they got some quarterbacks there. Puglisi, thank you. Yeah, Puglisi. Heard Rashada's really thin. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really want Rashada, but they didn't ask me who I wanted, so I didn't want the distraction of the lawsuit. I don't like having that shit hovering around. I'm not telling him he shouldn't be suing. I don't know the details. That's whatever. He wants to sue to get his money out of Florida or whoever else from the NIL thing, fine. But I just don't think Georgia needs that type of distraction. I don't know. Is Mildew a senior or a junior? This is his 3rd year at Bama. I want Aaron Murray for Clemson's QB coach. Well, he's never coached at any level, so that sounds like a Clemson thing to do. At least not that I'm aware of anyway, Aaron Murray. He's been broadcasting games on TV and radio and shit. As far as I know, he's never coached at any level. So yeah, that sounds like a great idea for a major Power 5 program to go out and hire him. That's genius. You want to talk to these people for a minute
Sure.
before they get on my nerve? I'm gonna let the lady talk to y'all for a little bit before y'all get on my nerve. I know how y'all like to do. Better behave yourselves too. I'm gonna go refill my drink and I'll be right back. If they ask for your channel, all you gotta do is right click paste.
Okay. Got it. Hey, hey, everybody. Oh, you're new here, Justin? Well, welcome. Feet pics time. No, not today. What's up, David 54, Yoda T, Brandon? His birthday's in May, Andrew. It'll be 4 years in May. Justin. What's up, Matt? Texas Meats? Is that, yeah. Texas Meats? Never Jimmy 101. What's up? Not tonight, Paul. Not tonight. He's been pretty calm today. That's right, that's right. Not just any lady.
Slaw, come on, man!
Battle.
I've been worried about what I'm doing, Slaw! You didn't ask me what I was doing. We wait till I walk away to find out what I'm doing, man! Come on, man! I've been calm the whole time. You could ask me. I've been in there for 2 hours. You wait till I leave and ask the lady? Come on, man!
Sam Douglas wants to know what's the best Korean food dish. Oh, that's hard to say. So, it's hard to say. What's my favorite Lou rage moment? You know, I don't know. I don't think I've watched all of them. Yeah, but Bulgogi is good. I mean, I wouldn't know. Yes, I'm that one because I'm not a South Carolina fan. Oh yeah, I love bibimbap too. I'm not sure, Spank. I'm not sure. Look here, listen, Paul. What's up, Saragua? Stop, fisheye soup. I mean, I'm not sure Aunt Lou has a good ring to it. I'm not sure. Yes, he's got to keep an eye on you guys, Brock. So yes, he is in the chat while while he's taking a break. What's up, James? Auntie Lou. There's a guy in the chat. I think his name is Brian Gentry. He calls me Auntie BA. That's what he calls me. We don't talk about that around here, Paul. We have Monkey to think about. So. Of course. Is it? happy birthday to your daughter. Her birthday's tomorrow, but yeah, happy early birthday. Yes, Monkey does get mad every time we order Chinese. That's right, Lou. No, that's her name, Eric. Her name is Monkey. Oh, thanks, John. I appreciate that. I told you. I told you he stays in the chat to make sure you guys are behaving yourselves. Well, it's easy to be on top of the comments when we're in halftime in one of the games and commercial break on the other game. Oh, you've been around from the very beginning since I've been here then, Sean, huh? Yeah. Formerly known as the Uber Eats lady. Not if you want to play by play, Adam. He does a much better job than I do. You trying to get me in trouble, Nature Boy? I'm not a huge cheese eater, so I mean, I wouldn't know. I do like pepper jack cheese, but yeah, I'm not a huge cheese eater. Oh, I don't know about that, Pa. R Cola 25 Jr. wants to know if I'm a Georgia fan. I'm a Team Asshole fan. Team Asshole for life. That's right. Yes, Sam. I think actually Lou and I watched it together. We're waiting on the new Squid Games movies or series to come out too. That's right, Paul. Is that a question for me, Yash? You're you're asking the wrong lady. I don't think we've ever watched that one. But we're always looking for new series to watch, so we're actually trying to finish up this one on Netflix called The Accident. It's a foreign one. But of course, it's subtitled, but or it's dubbed over in English, but yeah. I think there's 10 episodes and like it's yeah, we it's been dragging for us. Yeah, don't mention Yellowstone. No, not yet, Lou. No, he's taking a 5-minute mental health break. So you guys were kind of making him a little bit mad. I will let you know, yes. I don't think anybody can fix Lou's mental health. Especially when it comes around this time. Oh, don't start that, Roger Dodger. Applebee's. That's right. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. Applebee's is prison food. Wow, is that true, Spencer? That's hilarious. Oh, come on. Applebee's isn't that bad. I mean, I haven't eaten there in a while, but it's not that. It's not terrible. Yep, looks like the game's back on. We have a TV that we normally put out, out back. But it rained a little bit today, so... I mean, I don't know, Andrew. I mean, I'm 45, so I don't know if that means anything. Yeah, I just turned 45 in July. Take her to Applebee's. Y'all just trying to trigger him. Oh, really, BitNova? I don't know if you know this, but my dog's name is Nova. Okay, awesome, Adam. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, like I said, we're always looking for new series to watch, so. The dog's name is not Burgle. That's your nickname for her. The game is back on too, by the way. No. He would never steal an air fryer. But if you do have one of those old, like, coffee machines, he might steal that. But no, he would never steal an air fryer.
Burgle.
No, that's not her name. You gotta bring her blanket in here.
Oh, they didn't. She'll come in.
You got her spoiled.
Shout out to Burgle. Yeah, second half on the way here. Kansas State with the ball on their own 21. They really blew it at the end of the first half. That's going to end up costing me, too. I just know it on this bet. 2nd and 9 for Kansas State. First possession of the second half. Kansas now up 4. They've kicked a field goal. 20-16. They lead UNLV. Avery Johnson's going to be sacked back inside the 20 around his own 17. So 3rd and long coming up now. UNLV down close to the red zone. I bet Lou owns a blue tick. No, I actually don't have a dog. It's her dog. The only dogs I've ever owned were beagles. You missed one of the worst plays in the history of the season by Kansas? Oh, no. They've made a bunch of bad plays today. There's a terrible throw by Avery Johnson, incomplete. Kansas State's going to have to punt it away here. 3 and out to start the second half. When did Arkansas start wearing purple uniforms is starting to look like the best comment of the day. Second and 7 for UNLV. 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. They're down 4. But they're in the red zone. Play action pass. Scrambles. Has to get rid of it. Throws incomplete. There's going to be a penalty flag for pass interference on the play, though. It's going to be a first down for UNLV. Punt fielded just inside the 25. Hit and tackled it around the 28, 29-yard line. First and 10, Arizona. This will be their first possession of the second half. This game is over. Which one? One of them's a 7-point game and one of them's a 4-point game. Which one's over? Ooga Badooga back to throw. We'll see that tomorrow against Memphis. All right, here we go. First and 10, Arizona. And first and 10, UNLV. UNLV on the 11. Option. Quarterback keeps, stumbles, and falls for about a yard. First and 10, Arizona. 4 wide. Motion. Snap. They're going to hand it off. Nowhere to go. Falls forward for a couple of yards. Second and about 8 now for Arizona. Do I have a second team? No. I bet you wish you did, though. Boy, damn. Notre Dame's down so bad. Holy shit, man. Where have you been? How come you're not posting 45 Notre Dame emojis like you normally do? Jesus Christ, you lost to a MAC school, dummy. Marcus Freeman has lost 3 home games in 3 years where he was a double-digit favorite. Have you considered the possibility that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing? Is there an emoji that means Marcus Freeman doesn't know what he's doing? Type that out if there is. I don't know what emoji that meant. A steaming pile of shit emoji or something? Oh my God. Notre Dame is a disaster, dude. Wow. No wonder we ain't seen you in a while. I'm surprised you're here now, to be honest. K-State fans doing the tomahawk chop. I don't. Do they? Why do they do that? Third and 6. Fafita in a shotgun. 3 wide. Rolls to his left. Looking. Now rolls back to his right. Backs up. Running for his life. Has to throw it away. Arizona's going to have to punt. So 2 straight 3 and outs. 1 by each team to start the second half. Kansas State's still up by 7. I think Georgia's 4th string could beat Notre Dame. Damn. Lou's second team is Team Asshole. Yeah. Hey, there you go, Nature Boy. Yeah. There you go. That's perfect. 4th and 6, and Arizona kicks it away. Punt will be fielded around the 15. Out of bounds for no return. Actually, around the 14. So, Kansas State going to be backed up here in their own red zone. 1st and 10 on the 14. 4th and 1 coming up for UNLV, and they're down 4. So probably going to have to go for it here with 5:14 to go in the game. I would imagine they're going to go for this here. 4th and less than a yard for UNLV. Big play in this game here. Kansas up 20-16. UNLV Fourth and 1 from the 1. Bunch of big bodies in the middle here on both sides of the ball. Snap, quarterback sneak. My God, that's close. Fumble. I think the play was probably blown dead. Of course, they're going to run it back anyway for no reason. And there's a flag down. It looked like they probably got enough for a first down, I guess. Bunch of penalty markers down at the end of the play. We'll have to see what goes on there in that UNLV game, but it looks like a first down. Just a quarterback sneak. He was stopped and didn't get it at first, and then they started pushing the pile, and it was close, and then the ball gets ripped out at the end, but I don't know when they blew the whistle or when they're going to say forward progress was stopped or anything like that. I have no idea what they're going to decide here. They're measuring, and it looks like they got it by the nose of the football. So it's going to be first and goal. UNLV with 5:05 to go in the game, and they're down 4. Why don't you like Applebee's? Because their food isn't any good. I stole 17 catalytic converters for Florida State tickets. What'd you do with the 15 you had left over? What's the penalty? Oh, yeah, that's a hold or something. The offensive lineman grabbed the defensive player from behind and kind of threw him. So it's going to be first and goal, but UNLV's backed all the way up to their own 6, or all the way to back to the Kansas 16. So first and goal from the 16. Quarterback on the ground inside the 10 down to the 8. Second and goal now from the 8. Kansas State with a quarterback keep. Avery Johnson with a nice gain on the ground. Picks up about 10 or so. First down, Kansas State. The best part of Applebee's is the exit sign. Yeah, I don't like Applebee's at all. I don't like Applebee's at all. Second and goal. Pistol formation for UNLV. Second and goal from the 8. They're down 4 with 4:26 to go, and the referee's got to have another pointless meeting now for no reason at all. All 4 of these teams going to end up on the Your Season Is Over video. They're all 4 that bad, huh? No, I don't like Chili's either. My kids like Chili's, so I do go to Chili's sometimes because my kids like it, but I would never go to Chili's on my own, but it's slightly better than Applebee's.
Just slightly.
Barely. If somebody blindfolded you and took you inside of a Chili's, you wouldn't know the difference. They're basically the same restaurant.
I can agree with that.
Denny's? No. No. Waffle House, that's it. No Denny's. No Huddle House. Waffle House, that's it. Second and 7. Johnson back to throw, nowhere to go. Scrambles out to his left, out of bounds, and it looks like they're going to get Kansas State with a hold here, too. They threw a flag in the backfield where generally you see holding. No IHOP. Fuck IHOP. Lou, do you watch the NFL? When I have time, I do. So sometimes I'll watch a little bit of the Sunday night game. I work all day during the day on Sunday, so I can't watch the games during the day. But sometimes I'll watch some of the Sunday night game, and then I can't watch the Monday night or the Thursday night game either because I'm working. What's wrong with IHOP? It's not Waffle House. It's just not that good. Waffle House is just way better than all those other options. UNLV hands it off, nowhere to go, didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. I think it's going to be 4th down now for UNLV. Johnson rolls out, throws, complete, big gain. Across midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30. Does anybody want to tackle him? All the way down to the 32. Huge gain by Kansas State. Biggest play of the second half for either team by far. Several missed tackles here. No, second and goal. What is going on in this UNLV game? Second and goal from the 5 somehow. Jet sweep, tackled for a 7-yard loss. Third and goal from the 12. I don't know what is going on in this Kansas UNLV game. UNLV was on the 1-yard line a minute ago. Then they were on their 25. They ran 4 plays, but somehow it was second and goal from the 10. Now they lose 7 yards. I don't even know what's going on with this fucking Kansas UNLV game. There's no better breakfast than Cracker Barrel. The only thing Cracker Barrel has over Waffle House is the biscuits and gravy. Third and goal. UNLV back to throw. In the pocket. Steps up. He's going to get sacked. No, he gets away. Look at that. Inside the 5, back down to the 1. Holy shit. Should have been a sack for about 5-yard loss. Instead, somehow he got away and scrambles all the way down to the 1-yard line. And here we go, right back where we started a minute ago. 4th and goal from the 1. Look at this. Boy, you got to bring him down right there. You got to bring him down. You bring him down there, it's 4th and goal from the 15. Instead, 4th and goal from the 1 now for UNLV. Johnson back to throw into the end zone. Open, caught, touchdown, Kansas State. The Paylou movement is alive and well, which is good because we took a beating on baseball today. We went 0-3, and I went 0-3 in baseball today, so I need Kansas State to save me with a win here. I've got Kansas State, I think, -7. Let me look. I think it's -7. No, -6.5. I've got Kansas State -6.5, so we're good. Right now, we're good. Arizona could even score another touchdown and we'd still be good. Country fried steak and biscuits and gravy for the win. Throw the winnings on the Memphis money line. I've already got a bet on Memphis for tomorrow. Here's my bets for tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. Let me move myself out of the way. There's my bets for tomorrow. So I've got Memphis money line and Memphis +7. There you go. Ain't hard to look better than Will Howard. Lou, y'all still have Wife Saver Chicken in Augusta? Oh, yeah, it's founded here. Yeah, I was founded here. Yeah. They're all over the place here. We got 5 or 6 of them here. Best chicken place on the planet. Best chicken spot on the planet. UNLV to the Pac-12. Well, there's a little bit of an issue with that involving Nevada, but that would be my guess, is that they end up getting that worked out. Ohio State going to win the Natty? You got a chance. They're loaded. That's for sure. Lou, do you like chicken and waffles? I like chicken and I like waffles. I've never had chicken and waffles, and I don't know that I ever would. It doesn't sound good to me. I don't even really know what it is. Is it literally a waffle with a piece of chicken on top of it, or?
I can't. Yeah.
What? How's the chicken made?
Fried, usually.
It's just a waffle with a piece of fried chicken on top.
Yeah.
Chicken on the bone, like you just pick it up and eat it, or?
No, like a fried, like chicken.
Like a fillet or something?
Yeah.
No, I don't want that. That sounds fucking nasty. I don't want that
With
shit.
syrup.
No, fuck that. What is wrong with people?
So you get
No.
the savory and sweet at the
No.
same time.
No, not eating that shit. No. If I order chicken and waffles, I want it on 2 separate plates. That's 2 separate meals. I'm not, no. 4th and goal, UNLV. Handoff. Boy, that's close. I think he got in. Touchdown UNLV with 1:51 to go. They're going to take the lead. Kickoff for Arizona returned out to the 25. 1st and 10 Wildcats. They're down 14 with 9:24 to go. This was close, but UNLV got in. They're going to take the lead over Kansas with under 2 minutes to go. Waffle House waffles are just waffle-shaped pancakes. Well, pretty much every waffle is just a waffle-shaped pancake. Pretty much. That's pretty much what a waffle is. A waffle is pretty much just a textured pancake. Lou don't like kimchi either. Some kimchi I do.
He likes cucumber kimchi.
Yeah, some kimchi I like, some I don't. Fafita's going to be sacked back at his 18-yard line, loss of about 7 on the play. The Conor McGregor walk for the celebration after the sack by Kansas State. 2nd and long coming up for Arizona, down 14. Has anybody ever heard of Carrabba's Italian? Yeah, they have a Carrabba's here. We have a Carrabba's here. Fafita to McMillan. Again, complete. 3rd down coming up for Arizona. Lou likes meatless chili. Yeah, I do. When I make my own chili, I don't put meat in it. That's a fact. I will eat chili with meat in it. If I'm out somebody else and they got chili with meat in it, I'll eat it. But when I make it myself, I do not put meat in it. That is true. That is true. I don't have anything against Carrabba's per se. I have been there. I don't particularly like Italian food, so it's very rare that I would go to any Italian restaurant. Now, Olive Garden, no, that's fucking fast food. Olive Garden is fast food with a waitress. It's terrible. You're eating fucking preheated Stouffer's lasagna and shit in there. Olive Garden is just fucking terrible. Carrabba's, I guess, is better than Olive Garden. I'm just not a big fan of Italian. If I go to an Italian restaurant, 9 times out of 10, I get a Caesar salad and calamari, and that's it. I'm not a big pasta eater. Maggiano's. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you go when y'all go on your gastro to
Yeah, it's an Italian Happy Meal, man. I'm not going to no fucking Maggiano's. Fafita back to throw. 2nd and 8. Over the middle. Nearly intercepted. Falls incomplete. 3rd and 8. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off. Boy, this Fafita throws off his back foot a lot. Y'all like Chinese food. I don't eat a lot of different types of Chinese food, but I love pepper steak, egg rolls, all Chinese vegetable fried rice, pork fried rice, shrimp fried rice, all that shit. Chicken wings. I will eat beef and broccoli, but I prefer pepper steak over beef and broccoli, but I'll eat beef and broccoli. But I don't eat no fucking anything with like an army name. I'm not eating it. Fuck General So. I don't even know, I don't even know who that is. I'm not eating his fucking food. I don't eat the poo-poo platter. I don't care what that is either. It just sounds disgusting. But y'all go in there and y'all order that fucking poo-poo platter. You don't know what's in it either. I have an idea what's in it, and they're telling you right up front, and you all are ordering it anyway. But I'm not eating none of that shit. Now, I could eat at P.F. Chang's every day. I love P.F. Chang's. Go in there, get the lettuce wraps and the pepper steak. Damn, it's good. If you go for lunch, really, you could go to P.F. Chang's for lunch and eat the lettuce wraps as a meal, lunchtime meal. Those lettuce wraps are unreal at P.F. Chang's. The pepper steak is real good, too. I heard there's a nice Italian restaurant in Springfield, Ohio. This Kansas game might go into overtime, which is crazy. Well, we'll see. We're about to find out. Who can get me through any bad game, says Big Mac. Well, at least the games are... Well, the Kansas game is kind of close. Did Kansas just fumble the ball away? Or was that earlier? Oh, that was earlier. That must have been the play y'all were talking about that I missed. Kickoff goes into the end zone. So with 1:51 to go, Kansas is going to have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 25. They need a field goal to tie it up or a touchdown to win it. Honestly, the bad games are the fun ones. Well, the good thing about the game being a blowout or not that great is that there's more time for me to like read the comments and that. Hey, are y'all watching that UFC shit in the Sphere this weekend? I'm not going to pay for it on pay-per-view, but I am looking forward to seeing like the highlights or something and how they do all that in there inside the Sphere. I would love to go to that thing and see what they do inside of that Sphere for this UFC. I bet it's going to be something to see, but I don't care enough to buy it on pay-per-view. But I am looking forward to seeing the highlights or something somewhere of how they pull that off in there.
Oh, that's funny that you mentioned that, Captain Trips. We were just talking about that.
What?
He said Tool in the Sphere.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I said they need to book that immediately. Tool in the Sphere would be mind-blowing. I don't care what it costs and what I had to do to get there and I would be there. First show. That would be... Tool in the Sphere would be unbelievable. Jalen Daniels going to take off running on 1st and 10 and tripped up just short of the first down. 2nd and 2 with about 1.5 minutes to go in the game. They need a field goal to tie things up or a touchdown to win it. I'd pay $1,000 to see Tool at the Sphere. I'd pay it right now. I sure would. I sure would. I wouldn't think twice. I wouldn't think twice. What are your thoughts on Creed? Man, what? Come on, man.
We're in the 90s?
I saw Creed in concert back in the day when they were actually relevant. God, how long ago was that? 25 years ago? Creed. You're the first person I've even heard mention that in 20 years. Creed. Lou is a Taylor Swift fan. Yep, I've been to a Taylor Swift concert too. Does that make you mad? I've been to a Taylor Swift concert in Atlanta about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Could you see, actually, and about 20 years ago, I saw Taylor Swift in, not New Orleans, Louisiana, but the west side of the state. What's that big city in West Louisiana? Fuck. What's the name of that? Not Lafayette, not Slide. There's a bunch of casinos there. No, Baton Rouge is in the middle of Louisiana. Shreveport, thank you. I saw Taylor Swift in 2006 No. Yeah. I saw Taylor Swift in 2006 in Shreveport, Louisiana. She was opening for another country band, Three Guys. The God Bless the Lonely Road people. Fuck. God Bless the Lonely Road. I swear I went and I can't remember the fucking... Rascal Flatts, thank you. Yeah, Taylor Swift was opening for Rascal Flatts in 2006. The only song she had on the radio at the time was that Tim McGraw song. This was back when she was pure country artist. Yeah, she opened for Rascal Flatts back in 2006, and I went. I was in New Orleans on vacation, and on a whim, we drove to Shreveport to see Rascal Flatts. Didn't even know really who Taylor Swift was, but yeah, she opened for Rascal Flatts. The only song she played that had been released at that time was the Tim McGraw song. First concert I ever went to was Motley Crue.
Wow, Boys to Men was your first concert?
I've never seen Boys to Men. I would. I just haven't.
Ben Swaggerty wants to know how many times you've seen Tool. 3, right?
3 times.
3 times.
3 times. I've never heard In Flames, never heard of it. Kansas State quarterback on the ground picks up about 15. Kansas State's fixing to run away with this thing. Literally, they're up 21-7 and they're driving with 4 minutes to go in the third. Still a 3-point game for UNLV and Kansas. Kansas has the ball 3rd and 2 on their own 33. They need to cross the 35 for a first down. Jalen Daniels in a shotgun, 4 wide. Snap, back to throw. No, quarterback draw. Boy, that's close. I think he got it, barely. No, referee says half a yard short, 4th down. They hurry back to the ball, 4th and half a yard. Shotgun again. Gonna be the same play probably. Snap, hands it off this time. They do get the first down, but there's a whole lot of flags down, and I think they're gonna get somebody for moving early here. Kansas tried to hurry, and I don't know if they got set in time. They did pick up the first down, but a penalty is gonna make it 4th and long if it's on Kansas. Bad time to get a penalty if it is. Personal foul, chop block on Kansas. Wow. Wow. Worst possible time for that to happen if you're a Kansas man. Where's the chop block? On the right tackle, they say. Let's see. Yep, that's clearly a penalty. Wow. Yeah, you can't go low on somebody while they're already engaged with another blocker. That was an obvious penalty, and now it's going to be 4th and really long here for Kansas. And they're going to have to take a timeout with 1:18 to go. 4th and long, game on the line coming up for Kansas. 3rd and 4 for Kansas State. They're in Arizona territory at the 36. Handoff, gets to the corner, first down, and then out of bounds around the 25. So Kansas State back in the red zone, up 14 with 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Hey Lou, if the defense for Carolina performs well tomorrow, do you put them in the SEC? Oh, where do you put them in the SEC? Just if the defense performs well? So what, like if they lose 7-3? You mean if they beat LSU? Where do I put South Carolina? South Carolina's in the bottom third of the SEC. So how many, there's 16 teams. They're somewhere between 10 and 16. Wheel route wide open, inside the 10, out of bounds, 1st and goal, Kansas State. South Carolina's not very good, dude. South Carolina's just not very good, my man. You need Arizona to win? Well, you're down bad then. I need Kansas State to win by more than 6.5. I'm feeling pretty good. Uncle Lou and you and Josh Pate should do a show together. That'd be like fucking oil and water. Be like good angel, bad angel, or whatever it is. That Kentucky game was hugely smoke and mirrors, sub 30% success rate. Yeah, South Carolina had 250 total yards offense in that game. I mean, I don't want to shit on South Carolina. They went into Lexington and won, but they're not a good team. They're not a good team. I need Fafita to get 101 more yards. Well, you're going to have a chance because they're going to be down 3 scores, so they're going to have to start airing it out. So you're going to that's you might get there, actually. You might get there. Second and goal from inside the 2 for K-State. Snap. Handoff. Touchdown, Kansas State. Lou, I subscribe to your OnlyFans. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. If you got any special requests, just email them to me, and I'll get on it. I appreciate that, bud. Hey, Lou, does the Dogs go undefeated this year? No, I don't think anybody in the SEC is going undefeated. I'd love to be wrong, especially about Georgia, but I don't think anybody in the SEC is going undefeated. Game over. UNLV taking a knee, and that's it. Kansas goes down for the second week in a row. Disappointing start to the season for a Kansas team that was expected to maybe compete for a Big 12 championship. Very disappointing. UNLV, on the other hand, off to a 3-0 start for the first time in 30 years. 40 years. 1984. 40 years ago. The Kansas State-Arizona game's getting out of hand now here. 28-7 is your score. Kansas State up over Arizona. Master of Dreams says, Lou, you hate my Gators. I do? All right, if you say so. Hey, Lou, do you think Oregon loses to Oregon State tomorrow? I don't know. They're so talented. You know, that's the talent is why they're 2-0 right now and not 0-2, because they haven't played well. And they've got some issues, but they're just so much more talented than the other two teams. And honestly, they're more talented than Oregon State. They do have to play there. I mean, I took Oregon State in the points, so I think it'll be a relatively close game, but I would be surprised if Oregon lost. I wouldn't take Oregon State on the money line, in other words, is what I'm saying, but I did take Oregon State in the points. As far as the underdogs tomorrow that I think could actually win, Memphis, Purdue. I think Memphis could beat Florida State. I think Purdue could beat Notre Dame. I think Florida could beat Texas A&M. Those would be some upsets that could get, or some underdogs that could get outright wins tomorrow. UNLV will be the 12 seed. Maybe. Maybe. UNLV has a really good chance at making the playoffs, says Bridge 15. No group of 5 team has a really good chance. Only one is getting in, so none of them have a really good chance. One of them is going to get lucky and get in, but none of them have a really good chance just because of the numbers. Tulane tipping over the wagon tomorrow. It could. It could. I'm taking Tulane in the points. I don't know if they can beat Oklahoma, but Oklahoma's got some players out. They got a huge game the following week against Tennessee. It's a classic trap game situation for Oklahoma. I didn't bet Oklahoma to win, but I did take Tulane into points. Nah. Also in 2. Florida State is suing Kansas for losing to a group of 5 school. Somebody just texted me that. Could be. Could be. Could be. Yeah. I don't speak Russian, but you're right about Jalen Daniels. So I don't know what your name is because I don't speak Russian, but he has looked not great this season and critical mistakes today. Turnovers. Not a good performance by him today. UNLV has more Power 4 wins than most Power 4 teams. I blew my 5K Forex account. Should I stop trading? No, put another 5K in. Double or nothing. Get even or get even worse. Hey, Hey, you're talking to a gambler here, dummy. Don't ask me. What do you think I'm gonna say? You think I'm gonna tell you to walk away? Do you know who you're talking to here? No. You lost 5K? Put another 5K in. Double down. Get even or get even worse. It's that simple. Let's go.
Man.
Nut up, man. You're a Florida fan. Put 5K on Florida money line. You'll make 7K. What's wrong with you? Put that 5K on Florida money line tomorrow and make yourself $7,000, dude. Come on, man. Lost 100 on Arizona. I think 70 on Kansas State. I think it was 70. I got Kansas State minus 6.5 for about $70. I'm putting my rent money on UGA to cover. No, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. Not because it's Georgia. I don't recommend gambling your rent money. Lou, who do you think the best conference is in the group of 5? Yeah, I'm not a group of 5 expert, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I only keep up with the 4 or 5 top teams in the group of 5 every year. I don't have a lot of interest in the group of 5 as a whole, outside of the 2 or 3 teams that end up getting ranked every year. I really don't. I think they need to split away from the Power 4, do their own thing, as far as the playoffs and all that go. Hogman, what's up, buddy? He says odds of Tennessee being 9-0 heading to Athens if we beat OU. 50-50. 50-50. I mean, you'd have to get by Alabama and then not stumble against any of the other teams, you know. Utah State to cover. I know Cam Rising's not playing, but I'm not betting on Utah, but I wouldn't bet against them either. I'm not betting. In other words, I'm not betting that game because Cam Rising's not playing. So as far as who would cover or who wouldn't, I don't know. I decided not to play that game once I found out Cam Rising was out. What is their weather going to be for the UGA game? Ohio State fans will tell you it matters. Earlier in the week, it looked like it was going to be raining a lot, but yesterday I heard that it might not rain. So I honestly, the weather people don't know either. So these weather guessers, man, I don't know how they keep their job. If normal people were wrong about their job as often as weather people are, they wouldn't have a job. But for whatever reason, these weather people don't ever get these weather guessers, they never get held accountable. I don't know what these weather guessers are doing, so I don't know. Now, I'm going to turn the game on, and if it's raining, I'm going to go, oh, okay, it's raining. And if it's not raining, I'm going to go, okay, it's not raining. I hope it's not raining because I took Georgia minus 24, and it's easier for Georgia to cover a big point spread if it's not raining, because if it is raining, I'm afraid Kirby Smart will try to slow the game down, which shortens the game and limits the number of possessions the teams have to just try to get out of there, and Georgia will run out of time and won't be able to cover. They'll win 28-7 or something instead of 35-10 or whatever. I think Georgia's going to win about 35-10, 38-10, 40-17, something like that. But if it rains and they play small ball and, try all that shit, try to hurry up and get out of there, they might not get enough possessions to cover 24. Rain apparently only affects Ohio State. Yeah, well, Ohio State thinks that when any type of weather affects them, but not the team that they're playing. That's the weird thing that they don't understand. Weather affects both teams equally. It doesn't only rain on one team. It's not only cold for one team or only windy for one team. That's where but these Ohio State people, according to them, Ohio State's never lost a game just because the other team was better. It's never happened in the 130-year history of Ohio State or whatever it's been. Ohio State's never lost a game just because the other team was better. Odds of Bama missing the playoffs? I mean, that's so hard to answer because we don't know how many SEC teams are making the playoffs. I mean, I feel like almost every SEC team is like 50-50 at this point. I mean, you look at Georgia. They look really good, but they could lose at Bama, at Ole Miss, at Texas, home to Tennessee. I mean, I don't think they're going to lose all of those games, but that would put them 8-4 and out of the playoffs. Alabama could lose to Georgia. They could lose to Tennessee. They could lose to Oklahoma. They could lose to Auburn. I mean, and then they're 8-4 and they're out. So probably not 50-50. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 25% chance Bama misses the playoffs maybe. I mean, it's so hard to know because is everybody going to get in at 10-2, or are there going to be 10-2 teams that don't get in? You know, or what about 9-3? Are 9-3 teams going to get in? I don't know the answer to those questions, so it makes it hard to say. Unless you think a team is winning their conference, then it makes it hard to be certain that really anybody would get in because you don't know what everybody else's record is going to be. Arizona crosses midfield for the first time in what seems like forever. We're in the fourth quarter now, 13.5 minutes to go. They're down by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. Kansas State's on top. 2nd and 4. They're on the K-State 40. Shotgun. Motion. Snap. Handoff. Nowhere to go. Oh, drives forward for a couple of yards. Looked like he was going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage, but fought forward for a few yards. 3rd and short coming up now. Is Lou taking live calls tonight? No. Call-in shows are on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. Those are the only shows I take calls. Tuesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday at 9. A lock tomorrow against the spread. Let me look at the games I've bet on, and I'll tell you the one I like the most. There's no such thing as a lock. I'll tell you that right now. I've been gambling on sports since I was 8 years old. There's no such thing as a lock. Never mind. Kansas State minus 6.5. That's my lock of the week. I guess that's cheating. I did have Kansas State 6.5 though, and that looks like a winner. But no. I like Alabama minus 16 a lot. And I like Memphis plus 7 a lot. Those might be my two favorite. Memphis plus 7, Alabama minus 16. I also really like, I've got Florida at plus 4.5. That thing's down to like 2 points now. You can't get it at 4.5. I really like Florida. So Florida plus 4.5 I like. I think they could win outright. I like LSU minus 6.5. None of those are locks, though. I mean, I've been gambling a long time. There's no such thing as a lock. I'll listen to Josh Pate when he takes Rogaine. Man, leave bald people alone, man. Leave bald people alone. Bald people have feelings, man. I did the same thing Josh Pate did. I gave up, too. I started shaving my head, too. Lou, are you taking calls post-game? Same guy.
I know.
Same guy.
I know.
Same guy just goes, Lou, you taking calls? I calmly explained it. Didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I didn't get mad or irritated. I didn't act like it was a stupid question. I calmly explained it. I said, I do call-ins on Tuesday and Thursday at 9 p.m. That's it. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, 9 p.m. call-in shows. 30 seconds later. Hey, Lou, you taking calls live post-game? Come on, man. Make me add this in now. I don't even have it on here. I didn't even have this loaded up. I'm adding this on right now late here during the show just for you. Working on the fly here. am I taking calls post game?
Come on, man!
Come on, man. Come on, man. Justify the Florida confidence you have. Texas A&M's not very good. Their starting quarterback is out. It's a home game for Florida, and Billy Napier wins a big game every September, even though Florida's a dumpster fire. 2 years ago, Florida beat Utah in September at home. Last year, Florida beat Tennessee at home. This year, they're beating Texas A&M at home. No, that's no such thing as a lot, but you know, I'm going with the trend there. I'm going with the trend, and Texas A&M is just not very good. Lou, I'm still sitting in the stream yard. All right. Hope you packed a lunch. In that case, the Gamecocks better beat Texas A&M. Well, the Gamecocks aren't any good either, so I don't know who will win that one. Where's that game being played at? I'll take the home team in that game. How about that? Texas A&M and South Carolina, whoever the home team is, I'll take that team. Lou, you should do live call-ins tonight. I'm tired of repeating myself. There you go. That's the call-in number right there. Just click that link. Kansas State driving again. They're fixing to blow these people out now. Fixing to call in right now? All right, cool. Can't wait to hear from you. I love that Blondie song, Call Me. Yeah, call me quick. Call me quick. Look at this. Look at this. This one dummy actually showed up back here. Look. I'll be with you in just a second, bud. Be with you in just a second, bud. 28-7, Kansas State up over Arizona. 9 minutes to go in the fourth. And if Kansas State scores here, oh boy, blowout city. What games is Lou streaming Saturday? I don't know. Let me read the bottom of the screen and find out. Saturday, 9 a.m. kickoff show on YouTube. Saturday, 12 p.m. Patreon game stream. Link in description. 9 a.m. Kickoff show, and then 12 p.m. on Patreon. Lou, he'll be the first caller for Tuesday night. I'm taking calls right now. I'm just waiting on somebody to call in. I should call into somebody's show. That's what I should do. What is this shit show here? There's a South Carolina man doing a call-in show. But I don't too much, got no interest in that. You're in the call-in queue? All right. You'll be first up. Kansas State quarterback takes off running again inside the 25, out of bounds around the 20. Lou, you ever been on Talking Balls? Yeah. One time, and I'll never do it again. One time, and I'll never do it again. I give people one chance. That's all I give them. After that, if they fuck up, it's on them. And they fucked up.
Did you see who's in here?
Oh, my Monk?
Yeah.
Monk, have you been said hi to the people in this?
Did you say hi to people, Mike?
Here, let's say hi. I'll put you right back. Come here, real quick.
I see you're messing up her feng shui now.
What we got? You got. Look, you be saying hi. You be saying hi to them. Yeah. You know how they say how is the monk? They said how's Monk doing? I said Monk's doing pretty good. I said Monk's doing pretty good. And I come put it right back over where I guess like that. I put it right back there like that. And she laid right back down like this and that.
No, you done messed her up her feng shui. Now
Monk, you ain't even got to go. You could have over his and that. You could have your own chair. That'd be something. There's four people back there.
Oh my God.
One of them's name is Utah State fan. There is no such thing as a Utah State fan. This isn't a call-in show. What am I supposed to do with these people that are back here? Look at this. What am I supposed to do with these people? Bryce W. I need y'all to turn your cameras on so I can verify who you are. I need you to turn your camera on before I put you on so I can verify, who you are in that. Need you to go ahead and put your cameras on. Oh, look. Look at that. Is that you, Grizzly Adams? That you, Grizzly Adams? Look at this guy. Fuck it, let's put this guy on. What's up, boss? Look at this guy. I like this guy. What is this guy doing? How many dead bodies do you think this guy has in his freezer?
Hey man, who do you think is going to win the Utah State game? You think Utah State covers?
They could, no Cam Rising, but I'm probably just not going to bet that game.
That's the lock of that's the lock of next week, man.
Yeah, Utah State plus the points.
Yep.
All right, man. I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna bet $100 on it.
I'll put more money on that. I'll put at least 1,000.
Okay. If you're wrong, it's no big deal, man. I'm not mad at you. So, please don't murder me and hide me underneath your basement or anything like that. All right, brother. I'm messing with you, man. I appreciate you calling in. It's good to hear from you, mostly. Well, what's your excuse?
Hey, man, don't cook me too hard.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. I didn't know what your calling times were.
It's Tuesday
Sorry
and
about
Thursday.
that.
Tuesday and Thursday at 9. But I went ahead and did the call in now because the four of y'all had something really important to say.
Well, first off, shout out to your cat, Monk. I got a cat myself. He's 22 years old
What?
this week. He ain't doing too good.
I got a friend. He's older than Hufferbilly Paul. Shit.
I know. I'm 37. My cat's 22. Imagine that.
Dang. This is the first cat I've ever had, so I don't really know how long they live. But you say 22 years.
Yeah, he's had a good life, man.
She's gonna have to get a job or something eventually. My cat's gonna have to get a job or something.
Can I get a shout out for my cat, Smokey, man?
Yeah, shout out to Smokey and that. What does Smokey eat? Dry food or wet food?
He eats dry food. He's
Yeah,
always
me
ate
too.
dry
I'm not
food.
making
That's
that
what
mistake.
That's what I recommend.
Yeah, they say once you start giving them,
longevity.
they say once you start giving them that wet food, and then you try to give them dry food, they look at you like you're stupid. That's all I need is my cat looking at me some type of way. So
Yeah.
all
I
right,
was on the
man.
phone with
Shout
Jack
out to your
Smith.
cat. I appreciate you coming on. That's it. The other two dropped off, guys. They didn't want to turn their camera on. Shout out Utah State, man. And listen, me and you are good, Utah State, man. I got no problems with you, man. So No, even no need come looking for me. Yeah. Shout out to Lou for going 3 hours long. Oh, yeah. Well, longer than that tomorrow. 15 hours tomorrow. Let's go. 15 hours tomorrow. Can I do it?
I think you can.
I do it every fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
You goddamn right I can. 9 in the morning to midnight.
Yeah.
9 in the morning to midnight every Saturday from now till January 20th. Let's go, Lou. Let's go, Lou. 15 hours every Saturday. Let's do it. Let's do it. But y'all got to get me to 70,000 subscribers. Y'all got to do your part too. Y'all, I'm gonna start checking how many subscribers I'm at, and somehow figuring out a way to hold y'all responsible for it, if I can. Yeah, Utah State Man's a fucking legend. Shout out to Utah State Man. I like that guy. As soon as he turned his camera on, I said, yeah, this guy's coming on immediately. I like this guy. I like this guy. He's coming on immediately. You gonna break a TV tomorrow? I doubt it. Playing Kentucky. Although that is the type of game that it would cause me to. Because here's the thing. I'm not breaking no TV if we lose to some top 5 team. That's not what makes me. Go back and watch what games I broke a TV on. Vandy, fucking Georgia Tech. It's shit like that really gets me mad. You're going to lose to good teams every once in a while. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I don't expect Georgia to win every game they play from now to the end of time. But I don't expect them to be losing to garbage cans like Kentucky. So tomorrow's the type of thing that would cause me to break a TV if shit went sideways, which I don't expect it to. Yeah, Kansas lost to UNLV. Down bad, boy. Down bad. Kentucky will win at a packed Kroger Field. I don't know about all that. Can you do a breakdown on the fall of Oregon's offense? It's baffling to me. I don't get it. The Oregon fans that I talk to are mostly blaming the offensive line. I don't know. I don't know how much. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch them, K-Star. They rack up yards. I mean, I'm talking 400 or 500 yards. They can't score. They get down there and it's turnovers and penalties and negative plays. It's the weirdest thing. It's obvious when you watch them play how talented they are. Everybody on their team looks like an NFL player. They look like an SEC team. Case when you look at them, they look like they should be beating everybody. They look like Bama and Georgia and Ohio State and Texas. That's what they look like. Yeah, but something's not clicking. It's hard to understand. I'm not even trolling, but it's like the Bama game against South Florida, right? Yeah, it's close the whole time. It's 14-13. And then Bama scores 28 points in the last 4 minutes. And it honestly that didn't really surprise anybody. But Oregon does that, but then they never have, they don't have that. That doesn't happen at the end. I don't know, man. It's frustrating to watch Oregon. You know, but like the whole time, yeah, we're all laughing at Alabama. Shit, I was doing it too. But you know the whole time in the back of your head that if Alabama just does whatever it is they need to do, that they're fixing to, run this team out of the building. And Alabama did it in the last 4 minutes. But Oregon, man, they up and down the field but can't fucking score. Dylan Gabriel with the dinking and the dunking all day long, doesn't throw the ball down. It's frustrating to watch. I don't know. I don't get it. They better figure something out. Because the Oregon that I've seen play so far will lose at home by 3 touchdowns to Ohio State. So they better figure something out. 12-hour limit, Lou, death penalty at the 13th hour, 15. We're talking about. Oh, you're talking about YouTube streaming limit? I'm not talking about streaming for 12 hours straight. I'm talking about I work for 15 hours every Saturday. I work from 9 in the morning to midnight every Saturday. I'm not streaming that. I don't stream that entire time. I stream from 9 in the morning to 11 on Saturdays, and then I usually stream 2 time slots of games on Saturdays. But they're broken up into different streams, so I don't go over that 12-hour single stream limit. Kentucky will beat Ole Miss in a couple of weeks. It must be getting late.
Come on, man.
Kentucky will beat Ole Miss. I don't know yet if I'm going to stream on YouTube tomorrow. If I do, it'll be the primetime games. Been subscribed since you drank the old Coke. Oh, yeah. Yep. 2017 national title game. Thank you, Hunter. Appreciate that. Fafita going deep to McMillan. One-handed catch, but he was out of bounds. That McMillan's an NFL player right now. What is he doing in college? Is he a junior at least, or are people going to have to deal with him again next year? This guy, he might be the best receiver in football. That's a catch. He had his foot in. Look, all due respect to Jeremiah Smith, and then Alabama thinks they got something because they got the fucking Doogie Howser of wide receivers. The kid's like 9 years old and caught a touchdown, so they're besides themselves. And no, that's great. This is the best receiver I've seen this year. This guy's unfucking real. Now, the problem for Arizona is all they have. That's it. They've got Fafita and McMillan and nothing else. But this guy is unfucking believable. That should be that's a top 10 pick. That might be a top 5 pick. Look at this fucking catch. That's unfucking real. He's a junior? Yeah, okay, he gone then. It's his last year, so nobody have to deal with him next year. Just curious, what did the 1980 Coke taste like? Like a, it had like a cardboardy, I mean, stale, obviously, but beyond that, it was like a... You ever drank something out of or ate something out of a can and it tasted aluminum? You ever... What am I trying to say? You ever ate or drank something out of an aluminum can and it had that aluminum taste to it? This didn't have that, but it had an aftertaste the same way that would. But it was more of a... like a cardboardy. It didn't taste good, but it wasn't like gag reflex bad either. And I had looked it up on before I did it. There's actually a bunch of videos on YouTube of people drinking some really old Cokes, way older than the one I drank. And everything I read said there was no chance of getting sick or like a disease or anything. It was like, as long as you can stand the taste, it's not a big deal. So it really wasn't that bad. It had a bad aftertaste, but it wasn't. Here's what I'll tell you. You ever drank sour milk on accident? That's way worse. If you've ever taken a swig of sour milk on accident, that's way worse than that Coke was. Need you to be on Florida search committee. You've been right on the last few, unfortunately. Well, Lane Kiffin would be on the top of my list. I just don't know how that's going to work if Ole Miss is in the playoffs with the timing of everything, because it seems like you need to have a coach in place by December 1st so that you can secure your recruiting class and keep all your star players from entering the transfer portal the second week of December. If the second week of December comes around and Florida hasn't named a head coach, what do you think Lagway and LJ McCray and anybody else on that team that's any good, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to hit the portal. So it seems like they have to have a coach in place if they fire Napier before December 1st. Well, if Ole Miss is in the playoffs, how's that going to work? I can't see a scenario where Lane Kiffin publicly accepts the Florida job while Ole Miss is still in the playoffs. I don't see that happening. And so they might not be able to get Lane Kiffin, so then you start going down the list. Who else would you want? You know, and I don't know. Dan Lanning is a name I've heard. Lincoln Riley is a name I heard. Look at this catch. Look at this. Watch this. That's not even fair. This guy's like the fucking Harlem Globetrotter of football players.
Wow.
I would just throw it up in the air to McMillan every single fucking time. That's what they're doing. No, that's a different guy. I don't think Lane wants to leave Ole Miss. He's done good there. Well, generally speaking, the whole point of trying to do good at a place like Ole Miss is so you can turn that into a job at somewhere better. But you might be right. Maybe he's happy there. Deion Sanders, boy, that would be the best possible thing for me personally, from a financial point of view, as far as YouTube goes. Any job, Deion to the SEC anywhere would be a home run for me, financially. I could make a Deion Sanders video every day of the week, and it would be my most watched video of the week every single week. I don't do that because I don't like doing the clickbait shit, but if he was in the SEC, there would be a lot more opportunity for me to talk about him. Yeah, I think Lane Kiffin would be the best possible hire Florida could make, and they'll probably talk to him if they fire Billy Napier. I just don't know how. I don't know logistically how it would work if Ole Miss is in the playoff. If something happens to Ole Miss and they implode and lose 3 or 4 games in the regular season, then 100% you fire Billy Napier and you back the Brinks truck up to Lane Kiffin's house. Without question, that's what you do. And they should try that even if Ole Miss is in the playoffs. I just don't know how that would. We've seen coordinators take jobs while their team is in the playoffs. But a head coach, I don't know how that would work. Think Tennessee will cover. Nobody cares about the Tennessee game. I mean, look, Tennessee's good. Okay, they're ranked in the top 10. I've got them 6th in my ranking. Even in the preseason, I had them at 10-2 and going to the playoffs. So it's nothing against Tennessee, and I get it. You know, this is probably the first time in your lifetime that you've ever seen Tennessee be good. So I understand your excitement. But nobody gives a fuck about Kent State just like they didn't about Chattanooga. It doesn't fucking matter. No one cares. I don't know what the spread is on that game. I'm not betting that game. I don't have any thoughts at all on that game. And the only thoughts you should have is hopefully nobody gets injured in a meaningless game against an elementary school like Kent State. But I've got no idea on that game one way. I don't even know what the spread is. I'm assuming it's in the 40s or 50s, but I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't bet on those types of games. How much does Kansas State go up after this game from 14 to 12, you think, or higher, or the same? Well, you can't say now. You got to wait and watch what happens within the rest of the top 25. I mean, if teams 10, 11, 12, and 13 lose, and Kansas State's 14, they're moving way up regardless of this win. So it's impossible to say how far they're going to move up or whatever until we see what happens in the rest of the top 25 tomorrow. Who out of the group of 5 do you think will make the playoffs? Memphis has a chance. Maybe Boise State has a chance. Maybe Liberty. Hard to say. Hard to say. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how many Power 5 teams a group of 5 team plays anymore. There's no reward for playing a Power 5 team if you're a group of 5 team. The only way to get into the playoffs as a group of 5 team is to win your conference. So would it be good for Memphis to beat Florida State? Yeah, I guess, but it doesn't really have anything to do with their ability to make the playoffs. If Memphis wants to make the playoffs, they have to win their conference. Memphis could lose to Florida State by 100 or beat them by 100. Winning the conference is the only way for the group of 5 to get in. The old days where, you know, you had a group of 5 team that was 13-0 when you were trying to get them into the playoffs in a 4-team playoff thing, and you went, well, they beat this Power 5 team and that Power 5 team, so they should be ranked up. All that's out the window now. It's just the highest ranked Power 5 conference champion. Tennessee fans will be quieter again as the season goes on, says Kevin Morrow. I don't have a parlay. I don't usually parlay football games. I parlay baseball games sometimes, but I don't usually parlay football bets. I've got a bunch of bets tomorrow, but none of them are parlays. Here, I'll show the bets one more time. There you go. There you go. We'll see Utah State on it. Hadn't bet Utah State yet, boss. K-State has some of the hottest cheerleaders, says the Duck Knight. Zona Tucson, man, down bad. Yeah, I hate that for Zona, man. I like him. For his sake, I wish Arizona would have won, but I did bet on K-State, so nothing against him. I told you, I don't bet road teams during the week in college football. Now, I don't always bet the home team no matter what. Sometimes I just won't bet the game. But if I bet a game during the week, I'm betting the home team every 100% of the time. What's the best game to bet on tomorrow? I talked about that in a minute. No such thing as a lock of the week, but I really like Florida plus the points. I like Memphis plus the points. I like Alabama to cover, and I like LSU to cover. Georgia sucks. Kentucky will win by at least 10. Georgia will be crying when leaving from Lexington. Are you on a breathing machine by any chance? Hope you're trolling. Hope you're trolling. You're not trolling. Do you want to bet $500 on it? Or 100? Or what? You want to make, I mean, are you willing to bet anything on that? No? Okay, so you're trolling. Okay. That's what I thought. Trolling. Low level troll, elementary troll. It's Friday night, there's no school tomorrow. No school tomorrow, so you get some kids in here.
Yep.
Get a few kids in here. I took Kansas State due to it being a weekday game and can hear the cash register open. Yeah, I did too. I did too. Mertz announces the starter. I agree with it. Let's fire Napier faster, says Austin Rogers. Have a good night, Lou. All right, George. Good to see you in here, buddy. It's true there's a better chance Georgia has another player arrested rather than the Vols cover tomorrow. Brock Morris says, were you in one of those classes with more teachers than students, Royce? Dang. Dang. Kansas State punting under 2 minutes to go. They're up 31-7. We'll watch one more possession by Arizona, and then we'll call it a night. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. I know a lot of y'all are checking out. Make sure you hit the thumbs up before you leave. That is a big help. Game day meal tomorrow. Got a meat and cheese tray, you know. 2 or 3 different kinds of meat. A bunch of different cheeses, crackers. A fruit tray. And we're going to make some chicken and dumplings. And Uncle Lou ride the short bus. Only when I was on the track team. That's it. The only time I ever rode the short bus was when I ran track in high school. We did take a short bus to the track meets. We did take a short bus to the track meets. Sometimes, a few times. I think they had one regular bus and one short bus for the sports teams or something. And then, like, if the basketball team had an away game the same day we had a track meet or something, then they'd take the basketball team on a big bus or however that worked. But sometimes, yes, we would have to take the short bus. All right, Hog Man. Arizona had the longest win streak in the country up to this game. Did they really? What was my 40? I don't know that we ever timed it, but I wasn't super fast. It was probably 4.7 or 4.8. It wasn't whatever it was. It wasn't fast enough. It was under 5. I mean, I wasn't slow. I played corner. I mean, I wasn't slow, but I wasn't running 4.4s or 4.5s. You know, it was high 4s, I'm sure. You went to Hepzibah? I went to West Side. Longest win streak in the country is a tie between Mizzou and Army. Longest regular season win streak is Georgia. That I do know. In fact, Georgia's got the longest regular season win streak in the history of college football right now. Slow ass white boy. No, as far as white boys go, I was pretty fast. As far as white boys go, I was doing pretty good. You were low 4s, so you were the fastest human being in the history of mankind. Right. Right. Because the fastest players at the NFL Combine every year are running mid 4s. Low 4s, so you run like a what, 4.1, 4.2? It's the fastest human being ever. Okay. It's amazing. It's amazing. Never know what you'll find here in the YouTube comment section. You ran a 4. If you ran a 4.4, that's Olympic speed, buddy. My fastest was 4.56. Played wide receiver and outside linebacker. That's fast. I don't know what my 40 time was, but it was not 4.5. It was slower than that. It was probably 4.7, 4.8, 4.9. Fun fact, Lou tackled a future NFL player. 2 of them. 2 of them. Lou keeps it real. He's roasting people like my grandma's crock pot. Shout out to grandma's crock pot. He tackles NFL player Deion Grant and Kendrell Bell. Deion Grant played for Tennessee and several teams in the NFL, and Kendrell Bell played for Georgia and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kendrell Bell I tackled a bunch of times because he played running back. I tackled him. I say a bunch of times. I played against him twice. I might have tackled him 10 times or something. Deion Grant I tackled once. Why was Muffin hidden? Sprague, you're accidentally hiding people, but I fixed it. You got that Muffin. Somebody accidentally hid you. I don't know if they hit a wrong button or what, but I fixed it. It wasn't me. It was somebody. One of the mods might have had their phone in the pocket or something, but I fixed it. 843 Outdoors. Appreciate you hanging out, buddy. See you tomorrow. Should Tua retire from the NFL? It's easy for me to say. Yeah, I mean, I think you should. It's easy for me, but I can understand why it's so hard for these players to walk away. I get it. I think what should happen is the Dolphins should refuse to play him. The Dolphins should just sit him on the bench. If he's not going to retire, they should just bench him. I don't know. I mean, I hate to see things like that. 4.2 in the 10-yard dash. Yeah, I hear you there. Paylou. Yeah, I'm going to win the bet on this one. All right, that's it, guys. The game's over. Kansas State wins 31-7. I had Kansas State minus 6.5, so I hit me a winner there. So that's good, and we'll see what we can do on these games tomorrow. I'll be back on at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning for the college kickoff show. Make sure y'all tune in for that. We're going to try to give some money away with the rigged wheel. We do that every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Maybe one of you will be the lucky winner. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight, though. I had a really good time. I hope you did, too. One of the games ended up being close, at least. Sort of the main game we were watching, not so much. You know, Arizona scored on their first possession of the game. I just realized that. Arizona scored on their first possession of the game in first quarter and then never scored again. So Arizona falls to 2-1, Kansas State to 3-0. And week three is off to a great start. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your Friday, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the kickoff show. Have a